hello once again. If you're still in the audience here from the start, this will be the third time we've made introductions today. I don't know how clearly you could hear me before. I do tend to chew on my tongue. I'm just going to take full responsibility for the audio issues. It turns out there wasn't a network difficulty. I just forgot how to speak. You know, it's all organically coming from my face as you heard it. All right, I'm hearing you might still have difficulty hearing me. Go ahead and throw up in the chat, if you would. Let our tech team know if you can hear us clearly, if we're not coming through to you, if it's an issue on our side. I really do appreciate your patience.
Hello, this is also Haley. I'm a part of the tech team. Gabe is a genius. He's also a part of our tech team. And he is figuring this out. It might be the dang microphone cord. Man, this feels like live stand-up comedy, doesn't it, guys? Doesn't it? All right, feels like live stand-up comedy.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me just double check that real quick.
Go ahead and throw it up in the chat. How's my audio? Mic check, mic check. Go ahead and throw it up in the chat if it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Checking the microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Because I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Wish I could remember all of 2 mouse. Weasley Timras BC. What panics in my BC. I mean, I start Weasley hasty with Dicker and Myrtle. I want to be laid through and cheesy with murder and battle. What is it? I'm truly sorry that man's domain is broken nature social union and justifies the ill opinion that makes thee start at me, a mere man and fellow mortal. I don't remember the rest of it. Robert Burns, man.
Hi, this is Gabriel. I'm just double checking. We're double checking. I'm waiting for the mic signal to come through so I can see if it's coming. Hang on one quick minute. Sorry for the dead there, everyone. I'm still trying to check if this is a mic issue or if this is the board.
It's not that. I'm trying to figure something out real quick. Okay, cool.
Ha! 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 Hadabadaga! Hababam! Hababamba! Hawawa! Ha! Hadabanda! Ha! Hawawa! Hawawa! Papa! Hadadas! Pa! Badaga! Patada patada, pakada patad, habadagada patades, hadaba.
This is God Mic Test 2. I'm just double checking to see of how this sounds. I know we're having a couple of technical difficulties, and I apologize. I've since reset everything, and I'm double checking. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
So if you're watching live right now, there's never a better time to become a Patreon member because clearly we need some better shit here at the lounge. So if you have it in your heart and your wallet to help us afford a better mixing board and possibly some faster goddamn internet, it's patreon.com/Bagel Tiger, and then none of us ever have to experience this bullshit again. This is Jen. I love you. The lounge loves you. Thank you for sticking with us. I think we got 22 people right now who are still here. You guys are diehard, and we appreciate you. You know what? Send us $5 a month. And we can fix this motherfucking shit.
Ready? 5,
This is Jen.
4, 3,
I love you.
2.
The lounge loves
This is my appeal to the COVID gods. I swear there's no one within 10 feet of me. We planned this specifically so we wouldn't have to go audio through a mask because that's annoying. Don't mess up my mic, COVID gods. Don't mess up my mic. We are being careful. I promise. We really genuinely are. All right, we're checking this one more time. The COVID gods are mad at my mask removals. We're still checking audio, so I'm not going to get to too much critical right off the bat. I love how my mic cable disappears into the green screen. It's looking for audio levels. Here we go. Audio check, mic check. Just showing you all the updated revisions to the bracket here. Bracket updates. If anybody didn't catch any of the previous posts about, we did have an updated bracket. We're not printing out a new sheet because we're being eco-friendly. Just wanted to show that. And I have confirmation my audio profile is coming through cleanly. All right, folks. Hey, how's it going? I'm a comedian. I come here to tell jokes. We've burned some time, and I thank you so much for bearing with us. Just the highlight reel. You may have heard bits and pieces, but now you get to hear the whole thing. So basically, long and short of it is, we have a wonderful private audience here at the lounge. They are very distant. They are not in my room right now. It's a very private viewing party for those of us who are involved directly in the production. But I wanted to give a shout out to them for supporting us here in every way that they can. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who's watching on the live stream right now. If you could, please consider buying a ticket at loungeboise.com. loungeboise.com. That's a trademarked jingle that I don't own the rights to, so please sing it to everyone until they can't stop hearing it. Go to loungeboise.com/tickets to purchase a virtual ticket for this event. 50% of the proceeds go directly to the artists you're going to see today that work so hard to bring you entertainment, and the other 50% of the proceeds go directly to the technical staff we have supporting us, without whom I wouldn't know what to be doing right now because my world would be on fire. But they have extinguished that fire, and the show will roll on. Give a big virtual round of applause to our tech crew. Woo! We love them. Follow The Lounge at the End of the Universe on Facebook to be notified every time we go live. Follow The Blue City on Facebook and at The Blue City Artists on Instagram to find out everything that's going on with the Comic of the Month and pretty much everything going on in comedy in Boise lately. They've just really, really stepped up to provide a place for comics and creatives to grow together, artists helping artists. It's a wonderful situation. Definitely check out patreon.com/bageltiger. Members get access to exclusive content, classes, parties, and more. Any of our videos that are otherwise password protected, our patrons get to see. You can see my bracket here. We have, so this side is our start. Wait, yes. We're starting this side going down. Those of you that have not caught on yet, Go to loungeboise.com to vote by noon tomorrow for your favorite comedians out of this entire bracket to see who comes back tomorrow. I'm not a weatherman. So who comes back tomorrow for this bracket over here? Your funniest people. I did want to just get a little bit of warm up out of the way. It seems rude to throw Grant right into the lion's den after technical difficulties. So before we move on to the festive hilarities, I am your host. I'm Ian Owens. I just wanted to share with you guys where I'm at right now. And where I'm at right now is living in a bouncy castle in my brother's backyard in Mountain Home, Idaho. By bouncy castle, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen one of those, you know, it's like a camper that you take a pickup truck and like a camp trailer and you just kind of just stuff the camp trailer up the back end of the pickup truck, and that has that like fifth wheel looking overhang over the cab. You've seen them like rolling down the freeway or whatever, right? These campers that you stuff up the back end of a pickup truck. And then I don't know if you've ever seen, I am from Idaho, I'm from Boise, I'm from Buell originally. I had one of these growing up. My dad still has one of these, or my brother still has one of these. You ever seen where they like cut a pickup truck in half and they take the back half and you're like, you're a trailer now. A pickup box trailer. You ever seen one of those where they have like the original suspension and like the frame rails are made into like the, anyway, if you can imagine, they cut the back end of a pickup off and then shoved this camper into the back of the pickup box trailer. Now there's this overhang hanging over nothing but the trailer hitch, and I'm on really bouncy springs, and every time I move, and I'm in my brother's backyard where he lives with his wife, my mother, and my brother's 3 children, and every time I move, that thing makes a noise. Every time I shake my leg, that thing announces to the whole neighborhood what I'm doing, I just gotta say, I'm a slut. I know that seems like a non sequitur, but put it together. I live in a bouncy castle that makes creaky noises in my Mormon brother's backyard. Not only has it been pandemic season, but I live in an intercourse amplifier where the entire neighborhood is going to know every motion of the ocean, if you catch my drift. Hey, I'm not sure how I'm going to survive a whole lot more of this. I got to say, though, I feel like sharing just because it's been so long since I've had my own real privacy that I know it. I see me. Look, I'm looking at the monitor, you guys. I understand the first thing you thought when you saw this guy looking back at you was, oh, this guy fucks. Okay, I know, I don't get it either, but it's true. I don't know how. And the thing is, I think it's because, all right, let's get it out of the way, you guys. Obviously, I'm here, I'm fat, I'm queer. You know I fuck weird, right? Like, that's a given. Like, if I fuck, like, who wants to fuck this? They're already into some freaky shit, right? So I'm either on board or I'm forever alone. So trust me, I'm on board. I'm not here against my will. I am on board. But it raises an interesting scenario because when you fuck weird, other people fuck weird. They don't always fuck the same weird you fuck, right? Some people fuck weird different than other people fuck weird. We all fuck weird, but we fuck weird different, and we start to judge over that. And when you fuck weird different, I mean, you can find out what your partner's into. So many people are just so repressed, like, oh, I could never share with my partner, and it's, oh, I couldn't ever admit that I'm really into the. What you got to do is you got to create a space of non-judgment. You got to get into a space and like, hey, I'll share with you mine if you share with me yours, and we'll get intimate, and we'll just no judgment, okay, no judgment, and it's fine. You don't have to judge to decline to participate. You can say, it's good for you. I'm happy you're into that. It's just not my kink. I'm not gonna shit on your chest. Don't worry. Nobody in the live streaming audience wants you to shit on their chest. 2 people in the live streaming audience want to shit on your chest, but they would ask first, so you're fine. No, the thing is, you have to create this area of non-judgment. And when you create this area of non-judgment and you go there regularly and invite people to share with you things that are very deeply, intimately, secret, personal to them, they're going to share those things with you, and they're not always what you expected. Some people fuck weird different. I'm going to give you some examples. So one of the weirdest things that happened to me was I was negotiating with a partner. That's what they call it. Negotiate. You talk about it ahead of time, so it's in a non-sexual space. You do things responsibly, right? Talking to this person ahead of time, and they were like, they really wanted to watch me pee. Okay, and I'm not judging or anything. What struck me as odd was that she had to really distinguish, well, I don't want you to pee on me. Like, I'm not gross. Like, okay, that's where you draw the line, honestly. If we're going to start bringing judgment in this non-judgment space, like, I'm over here not judging you for watching me pee, and you got to take it into judging somebody who's not here. Nobody's peeing on anybody. We didn't talk about that. Okay. I did have one partner, though, they actually wanted me to pee on their feet, and I couldn't figure out if that was actually a kink or if they just had athlete's foot. Pee on your feet in the shower. It'll knock that right out. I don't know. Maybe they just don't have good health care. No, possibly the strangest one for me that really kind of caught me off guard in the moment was I was talking to this person, non-judgment spaces, mental health spaces, sexual, just in and out, just having this long conversation, and it comes around to the choking thing, right? Like, everybody's into choking, right? Like, a little bit of fun, haha. But like, if you're gonna get serious, like, go for the blood choke, not like the airway, because you wanna like cut oxygenated blood off from the brain, but not like. Anyway, tell him you learned it from MMA. She just couldn't stop bringing it up. At one point, she said, "Death is to be considered ongoing consent." Yeah, she wanted me to fuck her corpse, and not my kink, but like, what do I say? This is a non-judgment zone we've established, and I just let it pass, but she kept bringing it up to the point where she was like, there's a note in my bag. They will never find my body. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it's not my kink, but But if God forbid, because of like the choking thing, like what if the worst should happen? Like if something like, do you finish? Because like it's what she would have wanted. I don't know. Okay, I've dug this hole too far. I didn't want to set somebody up on technical difficulties. We're just going to have you retain that image as we throw you into our first competitor of the evening. Are we ready to go live to our first competitor of the evening? Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Grant Yoder.
Hello, and thank you for having me, Blue City, and the Lounge at the End of the Universe. My name is Grant Yoder, and I look like a Grant. Oh, I should mention, I have a live virtual audience and 2 small children somewhere, so this will be bad. I look like a Grant, though. Like, I don't know. It would be weird if a Grant looked like they were capable, you know? Like, it'd be weird if a Grant looked like he could do anything. Hey, bud, what's up? I got 4 minutes. What are you doing? Oh, cool. They're in his sister's bedroom. It'd be weird if a Grant looked like he could do anything, but I've not always been a Grant. One time, I was a Grit. I met my friend's brother. I said, "Hi, I'm Grant." He said, "Grit?" And I said, "Yes. Yes, my name is Grit. You can call me Grit. Everyone calls me Grit. My name's Grit." And just like at that moment, Grit was born in front of me. No, Grits aren't born. Grits are forged, right? Like Grit just bursts into existence. And right as I said it, my friend goes, "His name's Grant. Could you be cool for like a second, Aubrey?" And I looked back, and just as quickly as Grit was born, he was laying there on the ground, all Cedric Diggory-like. You know, murdered. Aubrey. And just like that. I mean, Grit's a G.I. Joe name. Grant's like a middle school principal, right? Man, I could have been a G.I. Joe. Did you guys watch the G.I. Joe growing up? I watched G.I. Joe. I liked their public service announcements. It'd be like some kids hanging out in a park after school, smoking some cigarettes, like kids do. And then like these fully grown men, half naked with guns would walk up like, "Hey kids, don't smoke cigarettes from strangers." You know, it was the 70s, so like we weren't so sure about cigarettes. Science is still out on cigarettes. But all those Zodiac murders had just happened, so we were pretty sure about strangers. And then they would just disappear into the park to commit other crimes. Like, the more you know. I don't know. I almost have my own G.I. Joe moment. Are you coming up here too?
No.
No? Okay. I almost have my own G.I. Joe moment. I had my windows open, and there were a bunch of kids outside making fun of each other. And I was like, not in my neighborhood. Someone's out there having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. No thank you. So I went outside like, "Daniel, I know your mom, and she would not appreciate this." And then I found out they actually weren't making fun of anyone. They were having a rap battle in my front yard. This is a true story. It was a bunch of 11-year-olds having like a big rap battle. And I was like, "Is that right, Daniel?" And he said, "Why does he have a gun?" Just kidding. That was the G.I. Joes. Daniel's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, funny thing, Daniel, is that it's New Year, same me. Same grip, same team, flushing hairs like I'm sailing, cruising like I'm whaling. I'm blowing glass like I'm making beads. I'm blowing brass like I'm Kenny G. I'm blowing rap bass like your mom blows me. Daniel. Love to write a thesis. Wait for this to see this like E.T. and the Reese's Pieces are gonna eat this up. One life, you gotta seize it. I'm a guy like he does as he pleases. Big hairs like big dicks, you gotta tease it. Search and see shit. Hot sauce in my bag, swag, hot sauce in my Cheez-Its. I'm a little rusty, but to keep it. Turn tricks, toss them balls like ski, bitch. The more you know. I'm Grant Yoder. Thank you very much for this ill-advised set. Hello, and thank you for having me, Blue City, and the Lounge at the End of the Universe. My name is Grant Yoder, and I look like a Grant. Oh, I should mention, I have a live virtual audience and 2 small children somewhere, so this will be bad. I look like a Grant, though. Like, I don't know. It would be weird if a Grant looked like they were capable, you know? Like, it'd be weird if a Grant looked like he could do anything. Hey, bud, what's up? I got 4 minutes. What are you doing? Oh, cool. They're in his sister's bedroom. It'd be weird if Grant looked like he could do anything, but I've not always been a Grant. One time, I was a Grit. I met my friend's brother. I said, "Hi, I'm Grant." He said, "Grit?" And I said, "Yes. Yes, my name is Grit. You can call me Grit. Everyone calls me Grit."
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Grant Yoder. Give it up for him. Cute kid and everything. We're going to keep this clipping right along due to the delay. Please make sure to check out loungeboise.com/tickets. And we're going right to our next comedian, right head-to-head with Grant Yoder. We have, right out of Boise, Casey Hunt.
Hey guys, just throwing this out there. Hey guys, just throwing this out there. Hey, what's up, y'all? For those of you that don't know, I live in a literal cabin in the woods. It's in Roby Creek. It's about halfway to Idaho City. No internet, no cell service. Just me and this guy right here, kicking it. So when Haley said that we weren't going to be doing this live, I was disappointed at first, but then I started thinking that frees me up to give you guys a little look into my life that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do if this thing was live. Plus, I thought maybe I'd get to do one of those manifesto videos from my car. You know? Stop oppressing me! So, I figured I'd drive up to Idaho City and just give you guys a walking tour of kind of what the town has to offer. So let's do that right now. So here we are at the gas station. I hope you guys had fun. Now we're gonna go back to the house and I'll show you the actual cabin in the woods. It's not nice, but it's not bad. Back at the cabin. I'm not gonna show you the inside too much. It's like dirty. You'd think I didn't have time to plan this or anything. So I'm gonna cut to a 1 second every day from last month. This is how I spent April. So that's pretty much it. Let's do some secret tweets. Secret tweet! What's worse, an old Indian burial ground or a new one? Secret tweet! Now that Bernie Sanders is out of the election, I want my $3 back. Secret tweet! If I won the lottery, I'd buy a casino and gamble for free. Secret tweet! A headstone on your grave is the ultimate participation trophy. Secret tweet! So we're going to head back into town and hit up the Gem Center for the Arts, which is where my little studio I'm setting up is located, which happens to be right under the lounge at the end of the universe. Oh, this is insane. I am going to get skunked. They won't move. What? Keep getting under my car. Remy, get in the car. What? Oh my god, this place sucks. Secret tweet! Secret tweet!
Casey Hunt, ladies and gentlemen. And now we go from the third largest major metropolitan area in the Pacific Northwest to the second as we move from Boise, Idaho to Portland, Oregon, and from Casey Hunt to our next competitor and comic of the month, Alex Avery.
How's it going, Helium? I got my wisdom teeth removed. Got my wisdom teeth taken out, and they didn't put me under all the way, so I had this bite reflex. Did you guys know that the human jaw has the full capacity to bite through a grown man's finger? Yeah, so imagine what it did to my dentist's penis. Now he had to go see a real doctor. It was... Every time I tell that joke, I can still taste it. Yeah. That joke is only half true. I got my wisdom teeth taken out, but I don't know if he was a dentist. He just threw me out of a moving van, and I was like, that's some good anesthesia, and then walked home, because I'll do anything for free drugs. The other night in a parking lot, some guy was like, you remind me a lot of Ted Bundy. Very interesting choice of last words. You guys laughed. He did not. Murdered the shit out of him. It was crazy, right? Like, some people think the worst thing to leave at a crime scene is fingerprints. I think the worst thing to leave is a witness. And there were a lot in that parking lot. Had my work cut out for me, you know? Like the jogger who ran by and out loud was like, my body is a temple. And I was like, yeah, because no one's going to find it for years. Not cool with the murder jokes? All right. Well, you know, there's some HR people in here. Don't talk to me after the show. I don't work for you. You guys ever take a genealogy or DNA test or anything like that? Ever taken a DNA genealogy test? No? I've never taken one either, but my son did, and he said I need to stop calling him that. My stepdad's hospital bills have been getting more and more expensive ever since the local gym started teaching women self-defense. You guys are looking at me like, Alex, are you making fun of victims? I'm like, yeah, if you consider my stepdad a victim. And the other half of the audience is like, well, what was she wearing? And I'm like, I don't know, steel-toed boots? I don't know, women like that one. I don't know. It took my cousin forever, right? It took my cousin forever to conceive her first child. You know, so many doctors, miscarriages. She says it took blood, sweat, and tears to have that kid. I'm like, why didn't you try cum? Right? Like, what an idiot. Or like, it's perfectly fine to refer to a massacre as a total bloodbath, but apparently not your cousin's water birth. I don't know. They say the miracle of life is beautiful, but it's disgusting in a public pool, so. Nobody's using that water slide. All right, Helium, how do you guys feel about women nursing in public? Is that, you guys cool with that? Yeah. This isn't a trap or nothing. Like, no, yeah, you cool with nursing in public? Yeah, personally, I don't mind seeing women nursing in public. All I ask is that maybe I get a turn. Because I've always wanted to breastfeed a baby. You guys are looking at me like, is this guy misogynistic or maternal? I really can't tell after this set. And it's like, let my birthing hips tell you. I don't know. Oh, yeah. It's a little, I am pro-choice. I'm pro-choice. A lot of people will be like, Alex, you're pro-choice. Doesn't that actually mean that you're anti-consequences? But I'm telling you guys, that is not true at all, right? Because whether or not she decides to have that kid, I'm still going to leave the country. I'm so pro-choice, in fact, I was outside an abortion clinic, you know, just hanging out. And I see a lady bring her kid into the abortion clinic. I'm like, who the hell brings a child to an abortion clinic? Then it dawned on me, I was like, oh, duh, procrastinators. I do have to tell you guys something. Abortion is murder. But only the way I do it. 3 out of 3 abortion jokes. That's pretty good for me. Those are road tested, so, you know, enjoy. I'm kind of a shitty person. I'm kind of a shitty friend. I tend to be like one of those people that cancels plans last minute. And I've lost a lot of friends over this, but it's so difficult committing to a suicide pact. I texted them, I was like, was that today? And never got a response, so. You guys seem like a really clever crowd. You seem like a really smart crowd. You guys know that babies, right, specifically newborns, all have a soft spot on the back of their heads because their skulls haven't fully closed, right? What they're not supposed to have is 3 of them, because I'm a clumsy uncle. My sister hates that joke, but I hate her kid, so. Well, that was definitely the one to have bomb, for sure. That's cool. Honestly, I never knew this. I never knew that when a service dog, right? When a service dog approaches you by itself without a person, you're supposed to follow it because it means someone needs help. But now that I know that, I can safely assume this sweet-ass dog that I've had for 3 weeks doesn't have anyone looking for it, so. That joke is about me being a great pet owner, but a terrible grandson. Okay, well, this is fun. Thanks, you. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Avery, that coming out of the Pacific Northwest right to your door. I just got informed we already have Twitch operations going. I keep on hearing we're going to be pushing more towards Twitch in a future streaming model. Right now, I just did want to mention our twitch.tv/loungeboise because fuck Jeff Bezos. And there's the opinions of Ian Owens may not, I don't care. Just fuck Jeff Bezos any way you can. And if you're already paying for Amazon Prime, you are already giving them money that they're just going to keep. That if you use your Twitch Prime subscription to subscribe to a Twitch channel on twitch.tv, such as Lounge Boise, twitch.tv/Lounge Boise, that takes like what, $2.50 out of Jeff Bezos' pocket and puts it at the lounge at the end of the universe. And if you don't fucking do that, okay, this is not my show. I am just the host. Ladies and gentlemen, a local lovely, please give it up for Oleg Shevchek.
Oh, wait. Is it time? Did it start? Is it? It started. Okay, cool. Oh, hey guys, how you doing? It's been a long quarantine. I haven't performed in over 3 months. But I did get me a quarantine stash going on right now, which is good. Yeah, I take ranch backs with my fireball shots nowadays. It's kind of a bummer. I was just like, right when quarantine started, I had to postpone my spin the bottle party, which is, was really looking forward to that one. Invited a lot of people. Guys, I got a new hobby. Wondering if anyone else called car barring. Anybody else car bar? I'm trying to imagine people saying yes or no. For all you people who don't know what car barring is, by a round of applause. I'm imagining you. Car barring, it's real quick. It's drinking in your car. Anyone get on board with that? Right? Nice. Your mom won't let you drink inside the house. I mean, your roommates won't let you drink inside the house. Air fist bump. I'm imagining you air fist bumping me back. See, when I'm car barring with my boy Chet, and I see a police officer roll by, I say, Yo, bro, po for show, po for show. And that's just a thuggish, ruggish bone way of saying, hey, there's a police officer right there, maybe lower your drink. But there was this one time I saw a Mormon police officer. You're asking me how I knew he was Mormon. He was on a bicycle. He had a name tag. And he had a crow with poofy hair on his shoulder, and then my favorite Insane Clown Posse song came on the radio, and I said, yo, bro, Momo, po for show. Momo, po for show. Oh, crow, flow. Oh, yo, no, juggalo, radio for show. Drink some Vega, where do magnets come from? I don't know, for show, bro, for show. Seriously, though, Chet, drop your fucking drink. There's a cop right there. And that's the stupidest joke I've ever written. You guys like impressions? Okay, that's one person. This is going to go real well. Here's the thing. If you want to do Zoom shows, you better get good at impressions. I made some impressions up that I can pull off. This first one is called Bob Dylan after a very satisfying Thanksgiving meal. It's called Bob Dylan after a very satisfying Thanksgiving meal. Yeah! Okay, that was Bob Dylan after a very satisfying Thanksgiving meal. This next one is called Heavy Metal Show Mic Check. It's called Heavy Metal Show Mic Check. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Test 1! Test 2! You know what? Can I get a little more in the monitor, please? That was heavy metal mic check. This last one is called Mexican restaurant waiter. It's called Mexican restaurant waiter. Hello, amigo, señorita, how you doing today? Can I get you something to drink? Margarita, cerveza, you want blended, rock, salt? Okay, number 14, you want chicken, pork, beef? Okay, amigo, super careful, it's a hot plate, be careful, hot plate. Now, I know that sounded racist, but guys, when I worked at Chapala's, that's how they trained me. And I told my Mexican friend, Francisco Lopez Salinas Jr., that joke, and he loved it. I told it to him, and he was like, that's really funny, amigo. He's my Rasa. Thank you very much, guys. I've been Olin Shevchik.
Yeah.
Oleg Shevchak, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause from wherever you are. Make some noise, wake up the neighbors. We are doing Comic of the Month. And the Lounge at the End of the Universe has asked us to promote a very special show to the Lounge and to Boise in general. They notoriously put on the local Pun Slam. Anyone can sign up for the Pun Slam. You get your set, your inspiration, your topic ahead of time. You come prepared, and then they do a lightning round where you get a topic like 30 seconds to write a bunch of puns. I'm not entirely sure the details, but the next one coming up, the Pun Slam is going to be here on the 5th. Coming up, they have 32 maximum tickets available because we are still going to be distancing around the 5th. So please check out loungeboise.com to get your tickets for the limited seating for the Pun Slam. Your ticket with the Pun Slam to be one of the 32 members of the audience also gets you a custom mask made by Lesby Kings and a Lounge Boise sticker that looks much like this one. You're definitely going to want to be a part of the Pun Slam. Back to the rest of the comedy. The other somewhat punny, sometimes comedy. That was Oleg Shevchak. Your next competitor is in the next bracket. You can see him on that side. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for David Kosiel.
So my mother's very supportive of me, which is clear because I'm still alive, and she's still in my life. And I was saying to her this one time, I said, you know, Mom, I don't think I'm so good at this comedy thing. My jokes aren't very funny, and I'm having such a hard time. And there are a lot of reasons for that. But one of the big reasons is because I write a ton of material, and then, check this out, I never do the material. because that'll make your jokes a lot better, right? Not telling them like they're secrets, like they're secrets that the Vatican is keeping from you, like they're secrets that could get me killed. So my mom, she says to me, well, David, you could try telling some of your jokes to me. I'll listen and give you honest feedback. You can even tell me some of the dirtiest material, like the stuff that you keep in your iPhone, the stuff that you would never share with me. You can even tell me the anal sex jokes. And I will love you and care about you because I am your mother, who cares about you and loves you. And I was like, thanks, Mom. I don't have that many friends anyways. So I tell her the joke. I'm like, sometimes when we're talking about sex, someone says to me, you know, I don't like doing anal sex because it feels like I have to poop when I'm doing it. And I'm like, that's funny. When I'm doing stuff in their butt, person who is real, I don't feel like pooping at all. And my mom was like, thanks, David. Ha ha, very funny. I totally wanted to hear that. See? You can tell me your jokes. And I'm like, thanks, Mom. So I was eating out of the litter box and wearing my underwear the other day. Just my underwear. And my mom walks in and she's like, what the hell are you doing? And I look at her and I'm like, the aristocrats? Now, this isn't entirely true. I do, in fact, get indigestion when I do a lot of things. And it makes me late for stuff, like church. I'm just kidding. It doesn't make me late for anything. I do nothing. But I do, in fact, get indigestion after stuff, like going to the bathroom, and then sitting completely still after having gone to the bathroom, or doing crossword puzzles, which I've heard, by the way, are a very funny activity to name in a joke. So basically what I'm saying is I think I can do this comedy thing. Speaking of segues, my mom tells me that I was such a rambunctious kid that she would keep me on a leash because she was afraid of me running into the street and stuff. Now, first of all, rude, Mom, not my fetish. I only hold hands with Jesus, thank you. Second of all, why do you hate freedom so much? If I want to go and pet cemetery my ass off of Bernal Road in probably 1995, are you going to be a fascist and try and stop me? You know, Mussolini was a fascist, and that guy got Italy totally destroyed or something. And he was a racist. But it's not your fault, Mom. I don't even believe in free will anyways, so we're totally Gucci. Now, my mom tells me that it was actually more like a harness and had like a cute koala thing on the back, so yay! But I'm not the only one who's been shackled by our society, for we are all bound by wage labor to which our employers extract surplus value and use it to finance their luxury yachts and creepy pedo islands. Bill Gates flew on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet 27 times. That's why you can't put a leash on me, Mom. Because now I want to liquidate the landlord class and I can't talk to girls. And those two things are related.
David Cosile, ladies and gentlemen. David Cosile, what more can we say? I gotta say, these quarantine mustaches, I don't know where I land on this just yet. I don't know. It's kind of nice. It's kind of new. A lot of mustaches around there. You know, this, I got to say, pre-COVID stash. That's all I got to say. That was David Cosile. David Cosile's local here. His competitor is also a local coming right at you. Please give it up for the very multi-talented Nick Daniels.
Fucked up. Oh my God. Fucked up. Oh my God. All right. Go. Nick Daniels. Hey, Katie, can we do another one? Hey, everyone. My name's Nick, but most people just call me, hey, you're standing too close, or, what are you doing in my shower? But I prefer Nick. You know, I understand a lot of you guys don't really know who I am, so I'm going to just, throw out a couple of quick facts. I love white chocolate. It's my favorite candy. I really do. I love white chocolate. I just wish it wasn't so easy to mistake with bird shit. You know what I mean? Another thing about me, I love horror movies. My favorite horror movie is Friday the 13th. I think that's because I've always related a little bit with Jason, you know? Like, he's always showing up at those teen parties and stabbing people, and I know what it's like being that big, awkward guy at a party, just not knowing what to do with your hands, right? And he's quiet, you know, we never know what's going on behind the mask. And no one ever stops and takes the time to ask him, like, hey, Jason, how was your Thursday the 12th? You know, any plans for Saturday the 14th? Right? No one's ever like, hey, Jason, you've been running around these woods a lot tonight, man. You want to sit down and have a powwow about it? No one is ever like, hey, you've been drinking a lot and punching walls, Nick. They're good movies, is all I'm trying to say. So, I've been trying to get my shit together recently during this whole COVID-19 quarantine thing. And one thing I did is I made a vision board. You guys know what vision boards are. It's just something you put on the wall, things you want for your future, things you want to manifest for yourself, right? I think I'm doing it wrong. I made a vision board recently, but it just ended up being a bunch of pictures of what I want my dick to look like when I'm old. And 2 pictures of Louis C.K. to remind me what not to do. You know? There have been a lot of changes during this whole coronavirus thing. I shaved my head, you know, shaved it all off, sent it to charity, you know, which I thought was pretty cool. She didn't, sent back a restraining order, some stuff like, hey, you need to quit doing this, I have a boyfriend now, the toenail clippings last month were creepy enough, right? You try to do nice things for people. One thing I've been trying to do during this whole thing is trying to write jokes. And I came up with a corona joke. Everyone's got to have a new COVID-19 joke, so I have one. How many COVID-19 patients does it take to screw in a light bulb? Well, it depends on if you believe the government's numbers or not, you know? Yeah, that's my corona joke. You're welcome. So I think I'm almost done here. I'm going to leave you guys off with something inspirational because this is a tough time for everyone. It's something my mom used to tell me. She'd say, Nick, you have to believe in the impossible, no matter how impossible. Like, if you feel like you have to believe in phoenixes, then believe in phoenixes. Just know you then have to go out and you have to make it. You have to make the impossible. So I've been lighting birds on fire recently. Alright, I'm Nick Daniels.
Hey, cut that foot. Hey, nobody's supposed to. Okay, that was. Hey, Nick Daniels, everybody. He's not getting punched in the face, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Daniels. Let's go right now to loungeboise.com to vote. We just saw Nick Daniels. He's right up against David Cosiel. They're grinding, and it's getting a little awkward and uncomfortable, but they are against each other. Versus, I don't know how to conjugate English words. I don't know who you think I am. Some kind of comedian? Oh, the lowest of the barrel of the jokes. Do go to loungeboise.com right now to vote for your favorite between David Cosiel, Nick Daniels. You decide who moves on to tomorrow's round 2 brackets. Next competitors facing off starts off with our very own Caden McKnight.
Yeah, you're telling me, bro. I have fucking lost 12 pounds since quarantine started. I can't be losing any weight. Like I've been described as a painful cuddle. Know how that feels? Don't tell anyone this, but one time, me and this girl got done hooking up, and she was like looking my body over, and she just said, you know, your body's actually really interesting if you're into anatomy. How do you think that made me feel, man? Like, I need to go back to the gym, but I don't like going to the gym. Nobody likes me going to the gym. Like, anytime I'm working out, just the area in front of me just clears out. I think it's because I have what I call a resting dick face. I just like look like an asshole. I'm gonna say something to hurt your feelings. I dick face hard. And I think when I work out, I just literally look evil. I'm just glaring at everybody in front of me. And it's kind of funny in a way because like I go to a machine and I set it on the lowest setting, and then I just intimidate everybody. Great. Yeah. No, I didn't think a lot about God, dude. Hold on a second. It's like I forgot I loaded it. And you know, like a Christian God. Like, I was thinking about in the Bible, and like a lot of the miracles in the Bible, they just kind of seem to me more like fuck ups. Like the story of Noah's Ark, that doesn't make any sense. Like, think about it. So like God flooded the earth because it was full of sin, but because Adam and Eve ate the apple, sin's inherent to man, right? So that means if he spared 2 people, all he did was kill everybody. Didn't stop sin at all. He killed everybody and put us into our second era of incest. 2 eras of incest. We come from incest 2 different times if you follow the Bible's logic. That doesn't make any sense. What makes more sense to me is that he was fucking around with the settings on the earth and fucking did a whoopsie daisy. Like he just had to go run into Noah like, I fucked up, man. You gotta help me. What I need you to do is build a big boat. A big boat for you and the animals, Noah. And I'm gonna be honest, I got really experimental at one point, and you're gonna see some shit. Some of these animals, they're gonna try and kill you. But no, I'm gonna give you superpowers, don't worry. Like I just think God's gotta be standing over us all the time, just going, oh, so that's what would happen. Now we know. Fucking pass that back, dude. What's fucking taking so long? I think about it. We're all God's children. I think Hitler must have broke his heart. Like he was just watching World War II like, no, Hitler, why are you doing this? You just needed to realize his true passion was in the musical theater. I don't know, man. I think this is the best version of God. I think it could change everything. Like this version of God, he wouldn't hate gay people. No, that doesn't make sense. It's dumb for him to. He like it'd be more like he didn't know that they were gonna happen. So he was watching the first 2 men fall in love. He was just like, oh, I'm sorry. There isn't a way for you to have sex. There isn't a way for you to have. Oh, well, you son of a bitch, they figured it out. Everyone get in here, this is beautiful. Okay, I think God will just be stoked on it. No.
Caden McKnight, ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for him. I can hear you. Oh, no, sorry, still have tinnitus. Caden McKnight. Again, check out the voting, loungeboise.com. Caden McKnight's competitor coming up right now, Stephanie Nam.
Hello, what's up? How's it going? Yeah. Alright, cool. At least I got my crowd work done. Yeah, it's fine. I have an app, so, you know, I get whatever I deserve. I think I can choose what I want, so let's try that again, okay? Let's try that again. Alright, please welcome Stephanie No. Oh, thank you. Wow, that's too much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Yeah. How's it going tonight? How's it going? Oh, yeah, cool. All right. Okay. Yeah, no one's gonna ask me how I am. That's fine. No, I call my dad 'cause he's getting older. You know, I know 'cause he's still alive, and he told me it really sucks to get old. You know, just don't do that. don't do it, sucks. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he wants me to die young. I'm working on it, Dad. Got a couple years left, maybe. Yeah. So, cool. Let's talk about relevant things like how's the weather? I have no idea. Alright. Traffic is, no, okay. Yeah, it's nice to do these shows online because, I do have friends, around the world because, I've lived around the world, and, a lot of them on social media, they'll tell me, like, they really want to come to my show, but they don't live in Seattle, and now any of them can go to any of my, live stream shows and stuff, but they're still not there, so, yeah, it's been a good time to find out who your real friends are. Yeah, my friend started telling me about this K-pop group because I am Korean, so, I'm supposed to care, but yeah, she was like, wow, it's like BTS and Parasite, like Koreans are taking over, everyone wants to be Korean now, everyone wants to be Korean, but still, no one wants to be me, so, I know, I did that at a show once, and someone shouted out, I want to be you, but that's not happening today, I guess, so, alright, yeah, that's fine, I'll just seek my validation elsewhere. Thank you, I've been Stephanie, thank you. So yeah, I had a friend,
Stephanie Nam, ladies and gentlemen, loving that, Stephanie. That's hilarious. Still very new to camera work, if you can't tell. This is weird for me to not have an audience to, oh, guys, give it up, because come on, look at it, you saw, though, you saw. That was Stephanie Nam, ladies and gentlemen. Again, with our brackets, you can go vote right now at loungeboise.com. Pick between Caden McKnight, Stephanie Nam, who goes on to tomorrow to compete for your votes. Further down the bracket, you get the more awesomer things and stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I did want to mention as well, I noticed that we do have a fair number of the audience that have purchased tickets. Deepest and most humble gratitude to you, my kind patrons. I very much appreciate that. We all deeply appreciate that. If we can keep the lights on and keep the equipment running and keep everybody coming together to do this is awesome. And for those of you who are joining the stream late, you already can tell, yes, you're here, you're watching the stream. If you would, please make a kind contribution donation to us, loungeboise.com/tickets. And you can purchase a virtual ticket for this event. That allows you to support the artists and our tech crew directly. 50-50 split between the artists and the tech crew, both integral in getting this whole system together. If you would like to support more of the Lounge Boise directly, you can also find them on Patreon at patreon.com/Bagel Tiger. I keep on trying to say everything Bengal, and it's like the exact opposite. Everything Bengal, Bagel Tiger. Bagel Tiger is the Patreon, and that is that bracket. We're moving on to our next bracket. Local favorites, ladies and gentlemen, coming right at you. Give it up for LJ Sullivan.
Okay, what's up, everybody? So it's the second edition of the Quarantine Comic of the Month coming at you. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of torn, you guys, between, this is really getting to me, quarantine, because I have no outlet for new material, except for this. But also, I feel like in these trying times, we all need some comfort food, so I'm going to try and balance
everything a little bit. Alright, let's just get into it. You know, things aren't that different in quarantine. And that's the thing, man. At first it was really jarring, but it's not that different. You still learn new shit every day. Like, did y'all know white people can get stained by mustard? I did not know that shit. A friend told me that the other day. He's like, you know when you get some mustard on your skin and it's there for a few days? I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about, man? Yeah, like a fucking cotton t-shirt. They get stained by mustard, my dude. So, you know, I'm trying to think what else isn't that different. People still talking about race as they should be. You know, but as a mixed race person, I feel like I have some interesting perspectives to share. You know, for example, when people say white people have no culture, that offends 50% of me. Alright? Because I grew up around white folks. I know what they're into. Tater tot casserole. Olive tapenade. Deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Eggs Benedict. Hollandaise sauce, mayonnaise, a lot of egg mixtures. White people, all the way up till veganism, were really into eggs. And some white people still can't give it up. They say weird shit like, you know, I'm vegan, you know, except for eggs. I'll do eggs, but other than that, clean living. It's similar to how black people would try vegetarianism at this point if it wasn't for fried chicken and pork. It's the same shit, other side of the tracks. It's the same, just hesitance on new diets. Culture's a hard thing to break out of. Speaking of culture, where am I at on time? I feel like I'm going way too fast.
I've got a minute and a half.
Dope, that's perfect. Thank you. So, you know, I've been revisiting some of my favorite movies, you know, and of course, had to watch Black Panther. I know y'all have seen Black Panther. I love that movie, man. You got this strong black man up on the big screen. He's fast, he's smart, and he's got this suit. When he puts it on, bullets? Can't fuck with him, dude. Then there's this other cat, Luke Cage on Netflix. Y'all remember Luke Cage? Yeah, man, he's like the everyman. Yeah. But he's got impenetrable skin. So bullets? Can't fuck with him, dude. Y'all ever realize if you ask black people what superpower they want? Flying, laser vision, control of the elements. Nah, bruh, I'm just trying to get to and from the store with these Skittles, know what I'm saying? Too soon, not soon enough. Alright, thanks everybody, I'm LJ Sullivan. Okay, what's up everybody? So, it's the second edition of...
Ladies and gentlemen, that's LJ Sullivan. One more time, let him hear it! Still a live stream. Still can't hear you. But I do hope that you're putting some chats there in the comments. I can't see your comments personally, but our tech crew can. You know the spooky behind the scenes tech crew? Holding everything together with like gum and glue because we don't have enough patrons on Patreon yet? Bagel Tiger? Ladies and gentlemen, they can read your chats. Please keep it up in the chat. That's LJ Sullivan from one local lovely to another. A very good friend of mine. Two local favorites, head to head. Please give it up for them. Echo Caps.
Hello. My name is Echo freaking Caps. Okay? Freaking, is that your middle name? You're wondering to yourself right now. No. My middle name is Race Car. Echo Race Car Caps. It's got a little ring to it, you know. I know what you're thinking to yourself. Did your full-grown ass mommy and daddy name their human infant baby Echo Race Car Caps? No, they're not cool enough to do that, okay? They're pretty cool, but it's a little, you know. I'm trans, non-binary person, so I I do get to create my own existence in every way. Yeah, part of that is that I, as a full-grown human adult, name myself Echo Race Car Caps. Sometimes when my friends and I, in the before times, would go to our local Dutch Brothers and give them our names for our orders, they would say, "Dang, y'all got superhero names." Not usually in that accent because I live in the Pacific Northwest, but it could have been at times. And it's true, we do have superhero names. Part of the reason being that as a non-binary person, being non-binary comes with a really cool superpower. If you are attracted to me, you are gay now. Pew. You're gay. Pew. The person behind you is gay. Pew. And you may be sitting there in your fucking jean shorts and your fucking Ralph Lauren polo, thinking to yourself, well, heck, Echo, I see those bomb-ass, stupid big boobies, okay? Which, I wore this shirt on purpose. And I got a suspicion that you got yourself a little pussy. And to that I say, I'm still gay, and I don't have time to explain that to you and help you process. So please use quarantine to do so. You do have an alternate option. You can send me money dollars, and I will show you pictures of these dummy thick titties. And you can jerk your way through that emotional conundrum, compadre. My quarantine has been so fucking productive, okay? I learned fucking Dothraki, right? It's the language in Game of Thrones, in case you're not fucking aware. I got mad swole, okay? You see this? You can't really see because of the mesh, but just like imagine with me that these arms are thick. And I did invest in Bitcoins. That's right, Mommy and Daddy. I'm a Bitcoin boy now. Okay? Do I miss my friends? Yeah, bud. Do I spend all of my days doing puzzles and listening to podcasts and forgetting who I am, like, as a person? Mm-hmm. Yep. Am I debating deep philosophical questions internally? Like, what if I was just like a real big fish? Yeah. I have been told recently that I give off big salmon energy. I don't know what that means. I will say that, fish kind of got the leg up on us. They don't have legs, that's why it's funny. Because they don't have to fucking, worry about language as a concept. They don't even think about that. They don't work out except for swimming around, doing swimming stuff, okay? Just fish style swimming. And they do not understand what Bitcoin is. And I relate to that on a deep level because I also don't understand all of those things and I'm bad at them. And I lied to you earlier when I said I was thriving by doing those things because I haven't done them. Sorry, I lied to you. Try to be honest, but sometimes you just try and pull a little funny and it goes. So, on a real note, I just want to say real quick, if you're not doing anything productive right now, you're just straight vibing all over your house, from your living room to your bedroom to the fucking outside, your backyard. that's chill. You don't have to be productive right now. Take care of your brain, your bod, your heart. Do what you can. Okay? On another real note, I am considering the possibility that Big Salmon Energy may be a better middle name than Race Car. So if you could just hit me up on my Instagram, dogs_the letter R good. There will be a little test, a little questionnaire. Help me figure that out. Thanks. Yeah. Happy fucking May. Have a great day. Sorry, I rhymed. Goodbye.
Echo Caps, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, everywhere, give it up for them, Echo Caps, please. And that, again, closes another bracket. You can now go vote between LJ Sullivan and Echo Caps to see who moves on to tomorrow at loungeboise.com is where you can do the voting until noon tomorrow. loungeboise.com/tickets or navigate through the ticket link. If you could please support us directly. Thank you so much again for being here and bearing through everything. We're going to keep this moving right along. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to think he's a friend of mine, and boy, does he know his way around a sausage. Please give it up for Chad Tanner.
Hello. Hello. How's it going? Thanks for tuning into this. I want to run a theory by you. I've been thinking about this a little bit. I think we all operate on an intolerance budget or an intolerance allowance. I work in the service industry, so I see a lot of dietary intolerance. Gluten intolerance, lactose intolerance. These people, they end up being the nicest people. They're out there marching for your rights and stuff. On the other hand, you got a Trumper who, we know where their intolerance is budgeted. Those motherfuckers get to eat anything, right? So it made me think, where's mine? Where do I have my intolerance? I mean, I'm a little sexist, but hopefully in a good way. I'll kind of sum it up like, women will race for the cure. Men will not shave for the cure. So I try not to be racist. I am a little sexist, but I am a full-blown, out-of-the-closet mealist. I hate brunch people. Like I said, I work in the service industry. Brunch people are the absolute worst. There's a lot of talk about Karens these days. Brunch people are like Karens on the Super Mario Brothers invincibility mushroom of entitlement. That's why brunch hours are limited, because the world just wouldn't handle regular hours of that kind of entitlement. And these days, I gotta sit back there in a mask. I'm hyperventilating in a steamy kitchen just for the opportunity to serve these mask-refusing mouth breathers. I digress. I understand why we're doing the mask thing. I love it. It's responsible. We all love our fellow humans. Well, some of us do. But I need to apologize to anyone I spoke to before we were doing the mask thing, because the other day, my breath was so bad, I had a PTSD flashback to middle school. Back then I had a teacher, we'll call him Mr. White, because that's what his name was. His breath was so bad, if we had a question, we would rather remain dumb than have him come explain it to us. We would joke about what he had to do to get that breath. Well, now I know what he was doing to get that breath. Turns out he was a lot cooler than we thought he was. Definitely should not have been teaching children at all. But I'm shocked we weren't learning about chemtrails in that typing class. So speaking of masks, I just caught up on The Masked Singer. I used to love that show. Love it as a concept. Gather a bunch of unlikable quasi-celebrities, hide their identities, and then make them sing karaoke until we forgot why we gave up on them as celebrities in the first place. But this season had me. There was a character, the Turtle, and he had me almost moved to tears singing a Coldplay song. And I always forget how terrible Coldplay and U2 are until somebody else sings one of their songs. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a pretty good song. What do they do to it? So this guy, he had me moved. It turns out he loses. They had me tricked. You know, it was just some super generic white kid. I was, they had 90 pounds of Disney Imagineering, had me caring about this jackass. I don't think the show's gonna last much longer. When people are disappointed when the mask comes off, we've all been in that relationship, right? Well, see you later.
Chad Tanner, ladies and gentlemen, that is Chad Tanner. If you didn't catch the joke at the beginning and you're still scratching your head over the sausage, Link Sausage. Definitely, that's another way you can support local creatives. I'm sure I haven't checked with him about cross-pollinating the advertising or anything, but definitely support all of your local makers. Find a local butcher, and if you're in the Boise area, check out Link Sausage. Delicious. Freaking delicious. I can't tell you. And sometimes they come to places where we're doing comedy, and yes, I love when we don't live in Portland, Alex Avery. There's not a food truck on every corner and a Starbucks in every asshole. Okay, I don't know. It's Chad Tanner. Ladies and gentlemen, from Chad Tanner to one of our local comedy dads, please give it up for Kyle Holbrook.
Oh, hello, friends. I was scrawling in my ledger and I didn't hear you come in. Welcome. Frankly unaccustomed to hosting people these days. Times being what they are. I was musing on how much I love epic rap battles of history. Fantastic entertainment. Do you love it as much as I do? I doubt it. Because I have composed a rap battle that I would love to share with you right now. However, I do not have someone to rap against, nor do I have a backing track. And due to my inept whititude, I do not have credibility to rap. So I will present this rap battle as your literature professor. So without further ado, I present to you the University of Idaho versus Boise State. Idaho begins. Let's start with the fact that we're a land-grant uni, endowed with fat stacks of cash while yours are puny. Learning in the ID, we should be your first stop. We're like Led Zeppelin, you're like New Kids on the Block. We've been around a while, you're not close to our grade, and your rap style, like Fiesta memories, are starting to fade. Starting out at BSU, dropping out as your fate. But you don't need a commerce degree to sell real estate. Like our law school and Greek life, you've got nothing to compare. We might as well be rapping against thin fucking air. Boise State counters. Is that all you've got? You're an unworthy opponent, and your law school can't defend all your Greek Me Too moments. Your sports teams are a joke. They've lost all their clout. At this point, the C of I Coyotes could take you out. We're the scrappy underdog with a collar as blue as our field, and dropping bars so hard you'll be begging us to yield. Of some pompous bullshit, you're getting really full, man. Don't fuck with Boise, because you barely bother Pullman. Idaho rebuts. Without a football program, you're a mediocre school. Pay for an academic program, not a helmet that looks cool. And in a weak conference, you come up short again and again. Can't sell out your stadium because you sold out to ESPN. So pray for that Pac-16 invite to your heart's content. It's as likely to happen as Coach Pete returning as an assistant. And I'll finish you with this. Of what use is your degree? You'll have time to think about it while you're brewing my coffee. Boise State finishes. I'll say this for Moscow, it's beautiful, so bucolic. But all you're graduating is Sarah Palin and alcoholics. The harm a vandal can cause a Bronco is really minimal. But those beatdowns we dished out on the blue turf, now those were criminal. And we'd play you at your house, so it'd be a fair fight. But the drive sucks balls, and you can't get a direct flight. Besides, we can't play you now. We're handling the Power 5. Have fun getting mangled by the Bengals in the big sky. Who won? Art is subjective. That's a topic for another time. But I appreciate your time and attention. Thank you also to the Blue City artists and Haley Leinhart-Weiss and the rest of the Boise comedy community. Stay strong out there. Be safe. Wash your hands. I salute you.
Kyle Holbrook, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, what was that? You had our tech crew had a joke for the stream. I'm not gonna take personal credit for this one, but do you think Hulk Hogan calls his wife brother? All right. That one slipped in from the tech crew. You can support your tech crew by going to loungeboise.com/tickets and buy a ticket. 50% of the proceeds go to the tech crew, 50% of the proceeds to the artists. You can also support Lounge Boise even better by going to Twitch TV. It's twitch.tv. Twitch.tv/loungeboise and subscribe. If you have Amazon Prime, you are already paying. You're already paying like the $2.50 or whatever it is they send over for a Twitch Prime subscription. Sorry, I'm getting hand signals. No.
That was my bad. So sorry.
You're
sorry.
fine. You're
It's
fine.
Haley,
You're
the
lovely.
shit show
God,
Haley.
Mike. Hello, tech crew. Hello. We have fun, ladies and gentlemen. We have fun. Yes, twitch.tv/loungeboise. If you have Amazon Prime, you can hit the Twitch Prime subscription. It costs you nothing. You've already paid. You just take that money away from Jeff Bezos. Take it away from Jeff Bezos. And you give it to the Lounge Boise artists helping artists. Help us out. If you're going to pay for Prime, pay for progress.
Lounge Boise,
Lounge Boise, Lounge Boise, Lounge Boise, Lounge Boise, loungeboise.com. All right, my goodness, we have gone into the weeds. Ladies and gentlemen, your next comedian on the lineup, please give it up for Ira Summer.
Hi, my name is Ira Summer. I am glad to be participating in Comic of the Month. So I'm coming to you here from my kitchen. Yeah, I am sheltering in place alone. It's okay. I was raised in a traditional Jewish family, so I have been emotionally distancing from people my entire life. I'm ready for this. I got a positive attitude. Now, knowing that I was going to be by myself for a while, I thought I would take an opportunity to be a better me. So I started off thinking this is a great time to go on a diet, lose some weight. I did some research, found out that the two most effective things you can do to lose weight are to drink at least a half gallon of water every day and sleep at least 7 hours every night. The problem with that is I'm 58 years old. Yeah, and at this age, I can't do both. So yeah, I'm waking up every night, heading out to the bathroom. It's been 8 weeks so far. I think I've lost about 100 hours of sleep. But I'm still working at it, still keeping a positive attitude. Thought I would also take this opportunity to clean up my place a little bit, declutter, get rid of things I'm not using, like pants or my old AOL discs. Just getting rid of hundreds of hours, free internet. But just the last few days, I've started to reclutter. Yeah, started to buy things I don't need, just so that someone will ring my doorbell every day, and I know that humanity's still surviving somewhere out there with the zombie apocalypse. Because I want to get out of here. I do. We all want to get out of here. I mean, I don't want it badly enough to move to Georgia, someplace where racist tattoo parlors have become an essential service. But when this thing is really over, I want to go anywhere. I'll go anywhere. I'll take a cruise to Wuhan at that point. I mean, actually, the thing is in my gut, what I really miss, I miss professional baseball. I want to go to a ball game. Not so much to watch and play. I want to be part of a big crowd. I love when you're at a baseball game, you can yell anything you want. Doesn't matter. Oh, Yeah, Dodgers suck. My father never loved me. Doesn't matter. Crowd's there, you got your support. It's great. So, in the short term, though, I gotta find something a little bit easier to do. So, I've been thinking about that. Trying, thinking, ooh, what drive-through restaurants do I want to go to? Fancy places, maybe like Two Arches. But what I'm thinking is, I want to go to the gym. Not so much to work out, just to see the other people who have been much worse out of this whole thing, the people who've gained the COVID-19. And the thing is, I don't even belong to a good gym. Yeah, I belong to Planet Fitness. And for those of you who don't know, Planet Fitness is a gym for the people who eat at Denny's. Yeah. So anyway, that's my time. I hope I make it to the second round. Got a lot more to talk about.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ira Summers, give it up for him one more time. I don't care where you're at or how late it is. Wake up the neighbors. It's Comic of the Month. All right, look at me. You guys, did you see? I learned a cool trick. Look, I can point now. Haha, I can point. Yay. I actually know what I'm pointing at now. We're going here from Ira Summers, and we're going to Carrie Cool Trip. Take it away, Carrie Cool Trip.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Carry Cool Trip Live here, ripping that Dallas, Texas, them Cowboys. Man, I've been tripping this whole quarantine. Like, I've been watching way too many Hallmark movies and Lifetime movies. Like, I ain't never cried this much. I am skinny and dehydrated right now. If this keeps going, I'm gonna need a puppy, a tampon, and a Midol real soon. I don't know if you guys can tell by this pink shirt, but I'm most definitely a pretty boy. I'm most definitely. I shampoo and condition my eyebrows. It is not a game. It is not a game. I don't like to get my nails dirty unless I'm breaking down weed, and then after that, I gotta soak my shit in lemon juice. Like, it is not a game with me. I get my shit groomed and clean too. I go to all the fancy nail salons in Dallas, all of the ones that that give you the free champagne. I don't do the cheap bootleg ones with black nail techs. It needs to be white and Asian with the caviar and the champagne in there for me. I'm single, but I really shouldn't be single. Like, first of all, I'm a black dude with a job, no criminal record, and I eat pussy. I should, I should be giving away women. Like, I should be able to go to a dude on the street, like, hey, bro, you single? Shit, I got three Ashleys. I got a redhead one, I got a blonde one, then I got like a Filipino one. She in the back too. You know what I'm saying? I do got a thing for milfs. I love milfs, man. The ones that's 45 in the face, but they dress like they 25. Them is the best one. Oh my God. With the sporty cleavage, like they have a jacket on, zip just right underneath where I can see the Grand Canyon of titties. That's what I call it. And I love toe cleavage too. Oh, I love toe cleavage, like where they wear like, closed toe shoes, but you can see like the crevices in between each toe. Oh, that mashes my potatoes. I got a hand and foot fetish. If a chick don't get her hands and feet painted, Carrie can't. Carrie can't date him. I can't do it. I need something to look at, hold, and rub. I don't know if I suck a toe, but I rub one with some olive oil on it. Since my love life has been shitty, I tried Tinder. Tinder pissed me off. Because first of all, they be lying on their ages. Now you can lie up 3 or down 3. So one time I clicked on his profile, the chick said she was 27, but with all them crow's feet, it looked like she was 57. Like you can't lie 3 decades on there. That's a full blown lie. I did. I got arthritis in my right hand because last night, well, 2 nights ago, I swiped 187 times to the right on people I like. I got one like back. You know who it was from? My sister. That was not the intention of me getting carpal tunnel on my right hand, not for my sister. She had the nerve to be like, "What's up, big bro? What you doing on here?" Well, I'm trying to get a girl. If you stop virtually blocking me right now, I ran out of likes. I think the app blew up on me. It's like, hold up, little buddy, you 200 swipes, you gotta wait. I didn't even know you could run out of likes. They had the nerve to be like, well, for $9.99 you can get our premium unlimited likes. No, you know how sad you gotta be to buy virtual likes? That's as sad as eating a bag of wet chips alone. I am not at that level right now. Never going back on Tinder. I lied. I went back today. I got my free likes back. I only swiped right 6 times this time, and I finally got me a like. You know who it was? My grandma. Hell no. Pissed me off. I don't even know how that's possible. She got a flip phone. Oh, man. I'm about to get out of here on this. So I'm actually quite dateable. I'm actually a sensational mate right now because I'm stable now. I just improved my credit score by 40 points. I'm at 400 now. We can get married now. I got that 400. We could borrow a used car in case you was wondering what you can get with that. Anyway, man, thank y'all. I'm Carrie Cool Chip. Thank y'all for listening to me. Yeah, what's up, everybody? You know, Carrie Cool Chip.
Casey Cool Trip, everybody. That's the man right there. We're moving on to our final bracket before our intermission. We are going to have a brief after this intermission, 10-minute intermission, and then a short halftime show, and then we'll move on to the rest of our bracket. So there will be a little bit of time here for you to cup a bathroom break, whatever you're doing. We're bringing 2 full-time shows to you. We're bringing 2 full comedy shows to you in one live stream. So we're going to give you a chance to take a break in between. We're looking forward to that. We're going to hear more about the Blue City. And that, again, Casey Cool Trip. Now we're going to be moving on near the bottom of my frame here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Eric Escobar.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Eric Escobar, your comedy champion. And I don't know where you guys are at, but I'm in LA, and we just started getting some looting. It's very scary. Someone got shot outside my apartment last night, and I was freaking out, because it was the first time I've ever used a gun. You know what I'm talking about? I am quarantining with my girlfriend. I don't know if you're quarantining with your partner and you hate them yet. It is very frustrating, extremely frustrating. The other day, she was like, what can we do in the bedroom to, like, spice it up? So I was like, let's do role-playing. If you don't know what role-playing is, it's when you lie in bed with your partner and you play with each other's roles, all right? I'm a little Pillsbury Dough baby, a sexy man. I'm a sexy man. I typically don't live with my girlfriend. I live with my parents. It's very awkward because they're very conservative. Like the other day, they were like, Eric, are you pro-gay people? And I was like, what? And they're like, are you pro-gay people? I'm like, whoa, I'm not even amateur gay people, all right? When did they get a league? Can I do fantasy gay? That'd be fun. I overheard my dad say something really offensive recently. He called someone a pussy, which is horrible. So I had to correct him. I was like, Dad, it is 2020. We don't call people pussy anymore. We call them millennials, which is a hard joke to tell as a 30-year-old. Very difficult. It was very odd. I do feel like I am part of a weird generation, though. Like, here's the thing. We all grew up on, like, technology and Wi-Fi, and we got addicted. So now we're all awkward and have anxiety. Like, I can't do anything without my iPhone. I was taking a poop today, realized I did not have my iPhone with me, and I started crying. Okay, I started crying. I finished my business, and then I got out of that pool. And that was the second worst birthday party I have ever been to. Absolutely the worst. What was that?
Hey, Eric. My name's Mexipino Noir, and I'm here to take that belt off you.
It's a nice title, but I can't really do that right now. I'm in the middle of a little comedy contest thing, if you don't mind.
Well, if you refuse, I guess we're just gonna have to do this the hard way.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Why?
This is mine now. Y'all see, Eric is now out of the contest. I am taking his place, the new comedy champion, Mexipino Noir.
Eric Escobar, ladies and gentlemen. That's Eric Escobar. We're moving right on to our final performer in our first half bracket. Just before we cut to halftime, I want to mention loungeboise.com. Make sure to get your votes in by noon tomorrow. Do it now! Vote now for the comics you've seen so far. Vote for the funniest, please. loungeboise.com, and while you're there, please consider maybe buying a ticket. loungeboise.com/tickets. 50% goes to we, the performers, and the amazing artists, and the actual people who make things happen behind the scenes get the other half, because otherwise I'd just be on a street corner losing my mind again. Ladies and gentlemen, our final comic for the first half of our opening bracket. Please give it up for Christine Angela.
Hey guys, my name is Christine Angela. I've got 2 first names, and guys still put me last. Yeah, even in apocalypse, they still put me last. But anyways, speaking of the end of the world, I thought it was gonna be like way cooler than it is. You know, like shirtless men running away from a fire like in a good action movie, and earthquakes and wild orgy parties. But instead, it's just us sitting on our couch watching Tiger King for the 5th time. Cause let's face it, that bitch Carol Baskin sure done did kill her husband. She sure done did it. And wiping our asses with CVS receipts. Because, well, that is 6 feet tall. You can use anything as toilet paper. Get the memo. Stop hoarding that shit. Anyways, so there are a lot of conspiracy theories out there, and I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist, but I have one that people are not talking about. And it's not 5G, and it's not world domination or forced vaccinations. It is the Bill Murray theory. Now hear me out. Mr. Bill Murray happened to be in a little commercial in February of 2020 for the Super Bowl. Mr. Bill Murray, who has never been in a national commercial in his life, Mr. Bill Murray was in a commercial about none other than Groundhog Day, which is a movie about a man who wakes up day after day after day, living the same day over and over again. Waking up to the song of Sonny and Cher, I Got You Babe. And fast forward to March of 2020, and we are all waking up in a Groundhog Day movie, except not singing the tune of I Got You Babe, because, well, first off, we can't go outside because of murder hornets. And now science is showing that COVID could live in the sperm of men. Yes, men, Google that. And finally, vibrators are on back order. So to say I'm a little bit sexually frustrated is a bit of an understatement. Say what you want, but hashtag blame Bill Murray. I wish I could do something really bad, you guys. You know, like break out after dark, not wear a mask, and cough in a cop's mouth or something. Just so I could get the feel of what it would be like to be handcuffed from a man again. I swear to God, I'd probably get off in like 10 seconds. And I don't know if you guys have noticed anyone coming out of the woodworks during this. Like, I have an ex. Let's call him Ryan because, well, his name is Ryan. And hopefully he gets the memo to stop contacting me on all forms of social media. He contacted me in the middle of a pandemic to tell me I am quote unquote not funny, except unintentionally, and he feels like he can help me get some laughs. In which I respond, hey Ryan, not sure how you keep getting through, but also, I don't need advice from a Bank of America teller about how to bomb my sets. I'm pretty good at doing that all on my own, thank you. And then I had an ex contact me on Words with Friends, that family-friendly game, to tell me I am quote-unquote the one that got away. And I thought 90s rom-coms were dead. So I looked him up, and it turns out he lives in Florida with a fiance and 2-year-old daughter. And I knew that, like, Florida really sucked, but, like, dude, you guys have freedom there. Like, why do you want to come live in my studio apartment? I don't know. And finally, I had a gentleman contact me with a text message of what I can only describe as a rather large phallus in a pair of tight boxer briefs. In which I reply, nice package, bro, but you might want to get rid of the panties in the background before you send another photo to someone. So anyways, there's an old adage, you may have heard of it from the Pussycat Dolls. You know, you're like really upset about someone breaking your heart and you're like, one day they'll be back. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. You just might get it. Thanks so much for your time. My name is Christine Angela.
Christine Angela, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Christine Angela. And it's still a live stream, and I still can't hear you, but I hope you clapped. I really hope you clapped. We're going to move on to intermission. It's a great time to grab a drink, relieve yourself, go to loungeboise.com to vote, and consider buying a ticket, please. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is one of the tech crew. This is Gabriel. I'm the one behind the camera and behind the scenes right now for everyone. Just reminding you to go check out for virtual tickets, loungeboise.com/tickets. 50% of the proceeds go to help me keep this stream going, keep all this going. And the other 50% goes to the artists who've participated, doing an amazing job. Don't forget also on loungeboise.com you can click on Comic of the Month, where you can do your votes for your favorite comic tonight. I hope you guys have a great time and are having as much fun as I am.
Hi, everybody. Yep, that's Dr. Nick. Yep, you should. Hi, Dr. Nick. Okay, I'm sure you did that at home. I have faith in you. Welcome to our halftime show. Intermission, if you guys are still getting drinks, it's a great moment to mention growler deliveries are available at loungeboise.com. In-house growler fill hours are noon to 5 p.m. When you think Lounge Boise, you definitely think growlers because they have one of the best growler services in town. Delivery, pickup, in-house. Check out some growlers from Lounge Boise. We are at the halftime show brought to you by the Lounge at the End of the Universe, but we wanted to get to know one of the other producers of this wonderful event a little bit better. So speaking for the Blue City artists, please join me in welcoming Haley Lenhart-Weiss. Crowd noise. Crowd noise. Hello, Haley. How's it going?
Hello, Ian Owens. How are you?
I'm doing great. Surprise. You know, we got you on the guise of an interview. This is actually an intervention. I wanted to let you.
Damn it, this is the third this week. What is this? I've been drinking a little, okay?
Rum and ginger because I heard to never do an intervention sober. Because it's, wait, maybe it's not.
Is this really an
I've already got
intervention?
that.
Because this is not funny if it is. It's not funny. It's not funny. Okay? Wow.
No, I didn't expect to get that reaction. I thought I was just going to roll
Well, it's just
with
like the
it
third
'cause-
time it's been brought up this
Oh,
week. So
God,
it's like
no.
really fresh. It was like, that would have been
goodness,
funny
no.
if it hadn't been so true, you know? I
I'm
hope
sorry,
people
I
are still
didn't-
tuning back in and haven't seen that yet. All right.
I hope I didn't know if
Ian.
I was digging too close to home.
God,
I
your
just-
interviewing
Hey,
skills.
you know what? What happens in quarantine stays in quarantine. Who's gonna judge how you pass the time? You got plants? I mean, you can't be that messed up. You can keep a plant alive, right?
Yes, actually, this is a very cute plant. You probably can't see it because he's green. His name's Gary.
It's right
Damn
through
it!
him.
All
No,
right,
it's all
But
green. It's all
Gary
a green
is a part of
screen.
my heart. If Gary's missing, then you can't see.
You can highlight comics names with that right
Never
through
mind.
your chair.
Gary is green. I didn't think that through.
Gary is a green plant. That was supposed to be a joke too, because I'm surprised you didn't even acknowledge when I complimented your ability to keep a plant alive that it was indeed a plastic plant.
Ian, I do not like your interviewing skills. You're just like roasting me right now. It was funny. One of the comedians was like, "Is this a roast battle?" I was like, "I didn't think so, but now I'm not so sure."
Oh.
Ian and I go way back, like what, 4 years? I started comedy 4 years ago. That was fun.
It hasn't been quite yet 4 years for me, so you are my senior, and it shows because you are a consummate professional, and I absolutely love
Obviously.
working with you. And I gotta say, I owe at least half of my professional comedy work to
Wow, this is too
you
much.
being
Thank you
willing
so
to
much.
hire me. I appreciate that.
The Blue
personally.
City.
The Blue
What
City
is-
artist.
What he means is the Blue City has been hiring him. I'm just one of the people who works for the Blue City. Actually, that's true. We're gaining people who are going to work for me.
Nice.
Yes, I started it. It's dumb. It's cool. I can't say nice things about myself. It hurts. Okay, whatever.
It hurts. Well, I mean, it's.
But the Blue City artists, we are doing cool things. Like, I've been working with the Lounge at the End of the Universe, which you guys, if you haven't followed already, please follow the Lounge at the End of the Universe on Facebook and Instagram, and at the Blue City Artists. That's my thing, the Blue City LLC. At the Blue City Artists on Facebook and Instagram. Follow that. You can see our awesome dope thing. That's my logo, the Blue City. And then we've got the Lounge over by Ian's head. Ian, move your head. Right there. So if you're...
I did have. I mean, it is supposed to kind of be an interview. I did have.
Sorry.
No. I wasn't asking questions. So
you were just roasting me.
We're professionals. This is a sober, professional interview. No, I do have. Seriously though. It seems rather fortuitous, and from an outside perspective, both coming up from Boise, it seems like an automatic natural fit with the Blue City artists bringing an artist supporting artist focus into comedy production and running comedy in town in a more sustainable way, where we're bringing mics, we're bringing products to an audience, we're focused on the product we're delivering, and it's very much an artist supporting artist project that you've done very good work with, and then to find ourselves working working so closely, especially through this pandemic, with the Lounge at the End of the Universe, and their whole mission statement of, the currency of creativity and what is most important to the Lounge at the End of the Universe and what that project represents. The two missions seem to just fit together so well that from an outside perspective, you could be forgiven for thinking, well, of course, that, they just go together. But how did you guys come together to start collaborating in such an effective way?
Well, so it kind of all started with the pandemic, for sure. The Lounge at the End of the Universe is in Boise, Idaho. If you guys don't know where that is, it's not Ohio, it's Idaho. And it's Boise, which is like the most, I'm going to say it, the most liberal spot in the whole goddamn red-ass state.
It's a purple smear in a red state. And
Anyways.
if you zoom in, it's like pixelated.
Here in Boise, Idaho, the Lounge at the End of the Universe started, and it's an amazing event center that they produce everything. I mean, they've done belly dancing, we've done streamathons here, we've done anything from the pun slam that they usually had here before gatherings were no longer allowed. We did that. And
coming back on the 5th.
Yeah, coming back on the 5th. So make sure you tune in. If you follow the Lounge at the End of the Universe on Lounge or at Facebook or Instagram, you'll get notified when we go live and stuff like that.
There are 32 tickets available to be in the audience in the private viewing of the Pun Slam. Get yours. It comes with a custom mask and a sticker.
Yeah, so if you're in Boise, do that. So the Lounge was a live event center where people would come and I want to do a show here. And that was me. I was like, hey, I do comedy. Would you like to put my show on? I've got this fabulous show. It's about self-love. Ian was actually on that. Started working with the Lounge right in February before all this stuff blew up. We were going to have the student loan shows. It was going to be called the student loan shows, the dropouts and the graduates. We're going to have 2 shows, kind of like this late night thing. It's going to be really fun, like an 8 p.m. show and a 10 p.m. show. But when we're doing this live streaming, what is time? Does anything matter anymore? No, just so get on board. Stop being a weirdo. Just chill out. The video's going to be replaying tomorrow. So if you didn't get to watch it live, you can watch it later. And then just tune in. We're learning as we go. Next month is going to be dope.
You really know how to sell yourself.
I know. I yell at people. Hey, if you don't understand that I'm yelling at you with love, who raised you? Who raised you?
Don't hurt me.
I don't know.
That's
we yell
awesome.
in my family when we care. I yell about you. I yell about you.
I just mean that you're taking it in stride, some of the hiccups we've had, and I personally, my mission in comedy has been authenticity first and foremost. So I think from our medium specifically, watching the natural stumblings at the starting blocks and novel errors, it was explained to me what the audio issue was at the beginning of the show, and I gotta say, almost out of my league in terms of tech savvy to even understand what had happened,
super
let alone
complicated.
predicting what would have went wrong there. But yeah, there was a bit of a
To
defragmentation issue.
that's gay.
Stack was rebuilt. I mean, things happened. Our tech crew, please, Patreon, everything you can do. You guys, there are tickets available at loungeboise.com/tickets. If you would like to support, please do. But we wanted to get more to the Blue City artists. I do believe that you especially in open season, tend to reach outside of strictly stand-up comedy. What else is it that you tend to focus on through Blue City currently?
So for the Blue City, I formed this group which turned into an LLC, which turned into a little business that I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much, but it's good. It's great. I love learning. It's been fun. I got out of college and learned a lot of stuff. It's been good starting the small business. Actually, no, I've always had the idea of, I want to run a showroom. I want to run shows. I've been doing this for a long time in my backyard comedy show stuff. But I also wanted to, the more I learned, so I went to College of Idaho, and the more I learned in college is when I worked in different theaters, like the Boise Contemporary Theater. I did a thing with them, and they worked with shadow art. So they used different kinds of artists to work with shadow play, which that we can get into a whole nother thing. But we had opera singers for this whole magical thing. We had live musicians, and it was just the whole collective of the arts was so thrilling to me that that's what I want to do. I want to have more stuff where we have. When I actually first started the Comic of the Month back in 2019, January 2019, at the Mad Swede, you should follow them. They're awesome. But when we started that was just a little comedy show in the back of a brewery, and it was awesome, you know? Like, we gathered a lot of people, and we got people paid, like... Cool. I don't know, but it was like we had a musician when we first started. We had like Jory Edwards, the one man buskin' band. If you don't look him up, you should. He's local Boise, but like I just want to interact with all these amazing artists because one day I hope to diversify my talents to be able to sing and do other such things. But until then, I will just do voice acting like this.
Since you have a hard time promoting yourself sincerely, I'll go ahead and do it for you. In that, I have always held that Mad Swede is a great place to learn and grow as a performer. I personally owe so much of my growth to the experiences I've had in that room and being able to fill the space that is. And it's grown so much, and you've continued that legacy by bringing up local comedians who maybe have never featured before. They've never completed a feature set, or they've never tried hosting an open mic, which is a different art form if you're not familiar. And you give people a chance in an open mic setting where there's sort of the pads on and rubber floor, and if they fall down, they're going to kind of bounce and get back up, and but we're still with the mindset that we're trying to put on a product and really show that they have room to move around in the scene and give them a chance to show what they can do and learn something that they haven't had an opportunity to do before. So you're definitely showing your mission statement. Or not even mission statement, but I mean just guiding philosophy from what I've absorbed is on every level. You're showing the mutual support of creative and artistic people is beneficial for everyone, and just kind of tip of the spear trying to pull everyone up in Boise, and it really. I have something to do during the pandemic. Hey, I don't know. Just thank you so much. Thank you,
Ian. That was a lot of compliments. I had to sit through that because I'm trying to be better about not interrupting. But damn, oh my God, I want to be out the door right now. I'm gonna take some of those compliments and pass them out a little bit because I could not have fucking done this without the help of the lounge at the end of the universe. Like Jen Adams, Gabe is our wonderful tech god in the back. We love him. Jordan and Coral, like we couldn't do this without you. Bob, he's our wonderful photographer here. Like there's so many different kinds of dope people who are working here together. Like Bree Jones did our website, which wouldn't have been as cool if without her. So like we have just this has been a really cool community project, which it's like, I don't want to Jeff Bezos this shit out of this thing, okay? So, like, it wasn't all me. It was a lot of other people, and, like...
Well, and to illustrate that collaborative...
That's why we need to follow the lounge and the Blue City, because we're collaborating.
Right. To illustrate that collaborative spirit, too, nothing is more collaborative than the streamathon we did to save the lounge.
That was awesome. We totally saved the lounge.
You guys.
That was awesome.
There's rumors and rumblings of maybe a rebroadcast or somehow a retread of that. There's talks and rumors. We gotta stay posted. Follow the lounge at the end of the universe at Facebook.
That's if I can get organized.
Follow the Blue City on Instagram and find out what is to come with any potential future lingerings or rebroadcasts of the Save the Lounge stream. But it's an incredible situation where you brought together an amazing dance crew that threw together an awesome set in 2 days.
Yeah, that was pretty
You
cool.
had a whole list of amazing musical talent.
We had Lobo. Oh my God. If you don't know who they are, they're fucking dope.
That was the dance group?
Nope.
Lobo?
DJ.
Oh, the DJ. Yeah. Nice. There was just so many talented musicians, so many talented comedians, so much from every angle that you brought to the stage, and the conversation happening around that night, that 12-hour streamathon of artists talking about working with this place, the wonderful setup that we have available to do our creative things in, whether it's dance or music or comedy. The working with this space, working with each other, collaborating, we put musicians with dance troupe together.
It's all cool stuff. Like, okay, we won't bore you out of this. We do cool stuff here. I'm so sorry. You're just like being too nice to us, and I'm like, okay, Ian, take a break.
I know. I may be going a bit long with the...
We're not that cool. We have some hiccups along the way, but we're learning. We're learning. Hey, hiccups are cool. You know, we're like Apple right now in like the backyard of your whatever. Shut up.
But we are Boise.
Let's get back to the show, shall we?
We really should. We really should, ladies and gentlemen. I have gone on way too long, well over my allotted time. You know what? I'm actually going to stay in frame for the rest of this as we throw it over to the start, kicking off your second bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Boise local Nima Nurmand.
Oh, well, hello there. I didn't see you over there. Welcome to Nima's Fireside Chat. And thank you for coming. The Fireside Chat today is called Nima's Fireside Chat, but that might be changing soon because I am, drum roll, getting married. And we both mutually agreed that I'd take her last name. In fact, she picked out a new first name that she likes better for me as well. So this might be our last edition of Nima's Fireside Chat. But I'm glad you guys came, because we're going to talk about some very important things today. One, we're going to talk about feelings, and the different feelings make us feel. Number two, we're going to talk about victims and how I am a victim during this fireside chat. Babe, there's no fire. I'm doing my fireside chat. There's no fire. Babe, God damn it. Sorry about that. Let me tell you guys how I'm a victim. Example number one. The only 3 people that ever call me are my mom, potential spam, and example number 2. This example is very dear to me, but my fiance will always ask me to do menial tasks that are just beneath me. She'll be like, Nima, can you take out the garbage? Nima, can you wash the dishes? Nima, can you please start applying to some jobs? Beneath me. Example number 3. Help! Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. This has been a final edition of Nima's Fireside Chat. Tune in next week where I'm getting married and we change the show to Jim Dawson's Fireside Chat. Thank you and good night.
Nima Nurmand, everybody. And thank you, Nima, and thank you, let's see, who did that earlier? Nick Daniels for inadvertently promoting Liquid Laughs in the background of their videos, and Alex Avery for promoting Helium Comedy Club in Portland in the background of his video. The rest of you, I don't know where you are, but I could. Ladies and gentlemen, local legend Brett Haney.
Hello, it's me, Brett Haney, here at the lounge at the end of the universe for Comic of the Month. Thanks, Haley. Hello, future. This quarantine has got me fucked up. I'm just gonna get right into it. I find myself just taking objects and yelling Kobe and throwing them extremely hard at whatever I can. It's kind of fucked up. It's fucking with me. I've been thinking about Betty White a lot lately, and I'm like, God, everybody loves her, but she's just known for cameos. And I'm like, man, the ultimate cameo for Betty White will be after she passes, I think. Now, I know what you're thinking, just stick with me here. Sometime next year, you're going to be watching a movie, and the credits are going to roll up, and it's going to say, earn, ... Betty White. So, it's going to work, I think. She hasn't reached out to me, and I've told this joke before online, so if you want to share it around, maybe get it out to her, that'd be dope. Tyler Perry, I think, will snatch that up quick. Seems like something he'd do. I don't know, never met him. Gosh, spiraling. Let's see. We have a lot of new comics I've never seen before, so I'll just introduce myself a little bit. Like I said, Brett Haney. I'm pretty tall. I'm not very confrontational, like, at all. And I'll give you an example. I was at the bar with my girlfriend, and this guy was like kissing her hand and being all weird. So she calls me over. She's like, this is my boyfriend. So I walk over, and he goes to shake my hand. So I grab it, and I pull it in, and give his hand a kiss, and just stared at him in the depths of his eyes. And so the moral of that story is, don't try to fight me, people out there, because I might fuck you. Okay? So, being tall, I figured out a lot of stuff. I just found out that there was an author that was the same size as me, and used to use his fridge to write on as a desk. So that was kind of cool, fun fact. One thing I've learned is all of your refrigerators are filthy. They're all fucking filthy. So, gosh, that's all. I have a dog. This is hard, people. I'm doing real stand-up stuff with just me and Haley and maybe a ghost. This is an old building, I think. It might be a new building. I don't know. But I did just get a dog. He's an ex-drug dog. And I always wanted to get an ex-drug dog so I could give him everything he's been searching for. So, and with that note, you're all laughing hysterically, I'm sure, because that's the best joke you've ever heard. So, just keep that in mind when you're voting, and vote for me, Brett Haney, and thank you, Haley, and Lounge at the End of the Universe. Kobe! Boom. How was that, Haley?
Dope.
Perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Haney. That is the top bracket for this half here. Top bracket. Go to loungeboise.com right now to get your votes in between Neiman and Raymond. Brett Haney. Moving on to the next bracket right away with our friend Jennifer Ann Smith.
Things have come out about the hydroxy. A lot of good things have come out. And you'd be surprised at how many people are taking it, especially the frontline workers, before you catch it. The frontline workers, many are taking it. I happen to be taking it.
The miracle cure. Hydrochloric acid. OxyClean. Hydroxychloroquine. Let's just call it Q.
Me to say, I need you. I need you.
Trouble with hypertension? See? Perfect Q again. Just sprinkle some Q on your toast in the morning. Why is this one a different color? No more need for insulin. See, my blood sugar is a perfect Q. Clogged toilet? We'll just add some Q. Ah! Can't figure out how science works? Well, you're out of luck, because neither can we. Nasty stains from too much masturbation? We got you covered. Can't seem to find quite the right sex toy? Well, that's a you problem, not a Q problem. Overweight? You guessed it. Q fixes that. People giving you shit about being trans? Well, add the fucking words. 9 out of 10 physicians prefer Q to bleach when taken internally. The other 10% are dead.
If we all die here, now, you will not be able to gloat.
Jennifer Ann Smith, everybody in the house, give it up. And we're going to move right along from our favorite Jennifer Ann Smith to another local legend. I've never seen so many well-crafted one-liners in a contest format before. We'll see. Is he going to bring it to the table this today? Are we going to see the 900? Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Myers!
Hi, everybody. I'm outside. My name's Jake. You might not be able to tell by looking at me. I am actually getting married this year to a person. It's awesome. There's a ton of stuff about her that I absolutely adore. Probably one of my favorite things is that sometimes she talks in her sleep. The other night she was obviously having a server's nightmare, and she rolls over and she goes, "Table 12 needs bread." And if I was a good fiance, I might just gently wake her up and be like, "Nah, babe, you just fell asleep while we were watching Lord of the Rings 2, The Two Towers, director's cut, again. Like you really wanted to 20 minutes ago." But because I'm me, I was like, this is gonna be fun. So I took my finger and I go, "Shh, hush, child." And it worked. Holy shit, it worked so well for about 15 seconds. Because there's another part about her that I kind of overlooked that night, and that is the fact that she is still a very powerful black woman. So she rolls over again, and her sleep talking turns into sleep yelling, and she goes, "Motherfucker trying to shush me? In my own goddamn house?" You guys, I was terrified. I didn't know if maybe the neighbors would call the cops on me, or probably worse, she might just pop up and swing. Not all you know her. Like, she can 110% take me. Like, she's from an ex-military family, so she's trained. Like, she knows what to do with a body is what I'm saying. Man, but no, we've got a great life ahead of us. We've got this really adorable bet going for after we get married. Basically, whoever lives the longest gets all the stuff. It's adorable. Love it. Oh, man. So I decided that I don't care for Victoria's Secret because they're so closed-minded. Yeah, I like that one. If a baby is born in prison and the mother dies during, does that baby earn a teardrop tattoo? That's fun. Why aren't mochas just called chocolates? I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Speaking of which, if beef hot dogs are called wieners, why aren't chicken hot dogs called cocks? Which brings me to my third point. Why aren't dick pics just called junk mail? Back on top. Crushing it. So I just found out that the Cleveland Indians recently rehired a designated hitter by the name of Carlos Santana, which I think is a pretty bold move, considering he hasn't had a hit since the 90s. Yeah, take that. I want to write a movie about a wino detective in the 20s, and I'm going to call it Pinot Noir. Yeah. I want to open up a motel, and I'm going to call it Sister Christian's Motor Inn. What's your price per night? I want to start a company that makes cost-effective at-home stitches kits, and I'm going to call it Suit Yourself. All right, I've got one more. If you tell a chronic masturbator to go fuck themselves, then you're part of the problem. Thanks, you guys. I'm Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Myers. I need to start switching to the hard folks. I like a folks. Folks, that was Jake Myers. Folks, go and vote. Folks, semantic saturation is a bitch. And I love folk music. I just love folk. I love punk folk. I love folk. I love folka. I don't know. Folks, go to loungeboise.com to vote by noon tomorrow. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite? Moving on to Ashley Goodermuth.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. My name is Ashley Goodermuth. Growing up, both my parents had the same job. They were both helicopter mechanics. Now, anybody that complains that they had helicopter parents never had helicopter mechanic parents. Helicopter parents, they hover over you. They're always in your business. I had helicopter mechanic parents. They were always trying to fix me. Not okay. My mom didn't actually want to be a helicopter mechanic. She wanted to be a doctor, but my dad convinced her to be a mechanic. Doctor, mechanic. Doctor, mechanic. Well, I guess either way, you got to check the nuts on some piece of junk. Pretty similar. What was my dad thinking? What was he even thinking? Every husband wants their wife to be surrounded by men asking if she can torque their nuts. And because he was the one that encouraged her to take the job, there was nothing he could do if he heard some guy say, "Hey, I've got a full load." Even if she said, "Okay, well, dump it in the rear." Nothing he could do. I know my mom really wanted to be a doctor, but it wasn't all that different. You know, instead of having her own practice, she had her own toolbox. Instead of checking IV fluid, she would check hydraulic fluid. And instead of having years of debt, she had years of regret. And that's priceless. My parents worked in the same hangar, so same job, same place, and after a little while, my dad beat my mom out for a promotion. Now, if you want to make things awkward at home, be your wife's boss. I can still remember the arguments. "Oh, you don't want to give me tomorrow off? Okay, well, why don't you go tell Ashley that she's taking herself to her parent-teacher conference?" And I did. My dad ended up being a quality assurance inspector, which means he had to inspect the quality of my mom's work. How did that work out for him? Right? You failed your inspection. The rubber is completely worn away. God, look at that leak. And that's how I was born. And you won't believe this. You won't believe this. They are divorced. Yeah. They couldn't even have sex without human resources getting involved. You know, if my dad was at work a little too happy, HR would call my mom. Hey, did you do that thing on Tuesday because he's your boss or just because you're married? We check the files. It's not his birthday. What's going on? My dad liked to pull pranks on people at work. He would take me into the hangar and have me put eggs in other people's toolboxes. Some people had dads that would teach them how to play catch. I had a dad that would teach you how to ruin somebody's day. But it must have been hard for my mom. Must have been hard for her to have the same job as my dad. You know, they had to compete for the same opportunities. My mom eventually did get promoted, she didn't get promoted just because she's a woman. No. My mom got promoted because her only other competition kept putting eggs in other people's toolboxes. My name's Ashley Gutermuth. Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Thanks again, Ashley. Ladies and gentlemen, comics from all over the place. We're bringing them here. Vote for your favorite. On the lines, online, you know. Patreon. You guys, I keep on trying to say the other one. Bagel Tiger on Patreon. Become a patron on Patreon. All kinds of perks. Check them out. We're going to keep this rolling right along to your friend, Eric Larson.
Fucking Chris, always saved the best music for me. God. Oleg and I also used to work at Lock, Stock, and Barrel together. Fun fact. So if you take anything away from here tonight is that working at Lock, Stock, and Barrel leaves a hole in you that you will forever try to fill with the admiration of strangers. And it will never be enough.
Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt und ich hab nichts gesagt. Willst du bis der Tage scheiden? 3 ist ein verrückter Tage. Nein! I wasted my childhood!
The stuff you learn when you're a kid, when you're 12 or 13, you remember it forever. My mother is a computer programmer, my father is an engineer. I could have learned to code, or well, they were willing to teach me, they had the time. I know so many lyrics to German industrial metal songs about incest. Really glad this whole group of people left. That's a group of siblings that all can't resist fucking each other when they hear a German song about incest. That's true. This whole group of people, monsters. Glad they're gone. Anyway, my girlfriend keeps trying to get me to exercise with her. She's like, yeah, it's good for you. Your doctor said you need to. I'm pretty sure she'd just like me to fuck her competently. I hate that you left at that. That joke never fails. I would like one time for that joke to bomb. She says, well, we don't get it, Eric. You're clearly a stallion. It's never that. He said what we were all thinking. He does not fuck good. Well, none of you are going to find out. I'm leaving.
gentlemen, Eric Larson. Keep it going for him. Wake up the neighbors. Tell them to catch the stream. Tell them to go to the lounge at the end of the universe. They know where it is. It's on Facebook. Go to the lounge at the... Wake up, neighbors. You just missed Eric Larson, but you don't want to miss the rest of the show, neighbors. Cheer for Eric Larson in your home. Wake up the neighbors and tell them to catch the stream or share the stream. If you're watching the stream right now, just give it a quick share. Invite your friends to check it out, and we will keep the show rolling. Thank you very much. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much for showing up. Okay, you can see here the wrong name, I believe, because we have... oh, no, it's updated. It's updated, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, I just wanted to extend a personal thanks for filling in last minute short notice. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, give an extra special warm pan of attention be welcoming to Beth Tompkins.
Please welcome to the stage. Please welcome to the stage, Beth Tompkins.
Right, I was singing it in my head. Thank you for keeping it in there. I appreciate that. How y'all doing tonight? Yes, I have that sweet second comic spot, which means I'm the last person that it's okay to ask you that. So everybody else, just tell them, we told Beth, it's fine. My name is Beth Tompkins, and I don't see what the big deal is about Atlanta traffic. I think that everybody gets upset about how crazy it gets, and they don't think about rush hour being at 2 p.m. for some reason. But I think it's not so much like city traffic. Honestly, I pity y'all. I pity y'all. Because in Tennessee, we got 75 interstate running across 40 interstate. We're not looking. Like, y'all are still looking what's coming up on you. So I pity the Atlanta drivers. I do not criticize you. But I know with my Knox County, Tennessee plates, y'all judging me hard. So I basically look like my car. Just take a moment, yeah. Okay, just making sure that bumper sticker is gone, so we're good. My name is Beth Tompkins, like I said, and that last name is really a pain in the ass. And even when I'm signing my check for my car payment that I borrowed from my dad, I find myself having to explain how to spell my last name, and I get very tired of it because there's no H, there's no P, there's just a whole lot of letters that people want to say something else to. So I decided, like, I'm going to make a plan here. I'm going to go and I'm going to come up with a plan. So took my mom out for Mother's Day at Cracker Barrel last year. Paid on my credit card that she shares with me. And the cashier took my slip when I signed it, and I said, hey there, Sandra, I just want you to see that name is Tompkins. That's Tomkins, Tompkins, like tomboy. And my mom made this audible throwing up in her mouth noise. And she said, don't say that, they'll think you're gay. I was like, with this haircut and these leggings, they already got a pretty good idea what I'm bringing to the old Cracker Barrel. But I thought about it, and I am an old Southern woman, relatively speaking, judging by the looks of you tonight. And my mama did raise me to avoid any possible further arguments with her, but she called it manners. So I thought about my manners and how I'm going to deal with this. So the next Mother's Day when I took her to IHOP, because they canceled that credit card, y'all. So I got out my blood donation visa and spent the last of it on those eggs. And when I signed the blood donation visa line, after the lady gave me one of those looks and kind of audibly threw up in her mouth a little bit, I said, see that there? That's Tompkins, Tomkins, like tomboy or girl. So my mom basically hates breakfast now. She can't do it for any reason at all. I enjoy the Hooters and the Twin Peaks, and I would not be averse to a Nut Hut. It's fair to say. It's fair to say. Again, if you look at me, you probably had an idea. That was the way that was going. But when it comes to actually like sitting down with that first time, that first person, and being like, all right, so I am bisexual, it totally depends who you are, what that means to you. If I say I'm bisexual, you look like a nice young straight man, probably gonna say, cool, how much to buy you for me and my girlfriend tonight? If I tell some nice looking lady out there, I'm not going to point fingers because I don't know if this is like Knoxville. It's not, I know that much. I meet a nice gal and I say, well, I am bisexual, and if she's not meaning straight or lesbian, she'll just be like, bye girl, and I'll be like, yes, I am. They'll be like, no, bye. Yeah. See, all tells me who I need to talk to after the show. So we're following along beautifully. I love it. I love it. Tinder profiles, I used to put on mine, no fatties. And that was before I lost 40 pounds. I don't know what I was thinking I was going to draw with that. But I got a lot less guys with trouts and sunglasses and backwards ball caps after that. So it worked out pretty well. But honestly, like if it comes to preference, I tend to like a skinny guy. Because I want that feeling when he hugs me, like I'm just wrapped up real tight like a little Christmas ham all strung up on your grandma's table. I want a skinny man so when we get down to wrestle after Saturday morning cartoons, I feel like I'm in a little soap basket at your aunt's house next to the towels that nobody's allowed to use. But honestly, like now I'm starting to do comedy more, and someday I might be able to afford those Allegiant flights to Vegas, so I'm going to need me a skinny man that I could just fold up real small and tuck him in the overhead compartment, and he can harmonize with me when Islands in the Stream comes on. So that's what I'm looking at a man. That's what I need out of a man. I'm not taking my aging very well. I was reading a headline the other morning at breakfast, not with my mom, I told y'all. This headline said, New Kids on the Block back on tour. I said, are you serious? New Kids on the Block. Next thing after that, Backstreet Boys back on tour. I was like, Backstreet's back? All right. I got so mad. I was like, who do these guys think they are? They are 50 fucking years old to be kids and boys. Well, I thought about it, but I got a little too excited and almost choked when I was blowing my bubbles in my milk with my straw. So there was a lot of judgment over my eggs and hash browns that morning, but I pulled through. Felt good about it afterward. Getting older, I'm starting to get sweaty, starting to get mad for no reason. People say I have reasons, but the sweaty thing is kind of a problem. And I was like, all right, this is not natural for me. So I went to my doctor and I said, look, I'm getting really testy with people. I'm sweating a lot. Can't tell if I'm coming or going, inside and out. And so I already looked on WebMD like we all do. Once I figured out I wasn't going to die, I thought, it's just anxiety. So I'm waiting for him to be like, all right, it's anxiety. I'll give you some Xanax. We'll be fine. And he looked at me. He's like, all right, well, I think I know what it is. It's premenopause. So I punched him. And I got that Xanax. So, yes. That's right. This pineapple seltzer washes them down nice. Real nice. I hate getting older because I'm losing my touch with pop culture and music. And I have an 11-year-old son who's just now coming into that awful mess. But we're in the car, I always keep the radio on. And the other day, on the hip-hop station, he starts in the back singing along. And I'm like, whatever, not paying attention. And suddenly he goes, last night took an ill, but tonight I...
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. Thank you so much for Beth Tompkins. Thank you, Beth Tompkins. Tom like tomboy or girl, right? Thank you again for coming in clutch. And I got to say, no good deed goes unpunished because due to the way that this fell out and who you were replacing, that was great, Beth. And I think if we were going to have anyone to challenge you, I would back none other than our friend Reese Samuels.
Everybody, my name's Reese Samuels. Welcome. Filming in Stanley, Idaho today. Man, we just need to get out of town. The COVID stuff is definitely a thing. Everybody wants to talk about it. And honestly, the biggest thing with the virus that has affected me is I am getting married at the end of August. My fiance and I decided to go ahead with our wedding. We're just going to stick to a smaller ceremony and have a big reception later. But with this virus, kind of extending into the summer, it's really nice because all those weddings that you're supposed to go to for your friends that you didn't want to go to, now you don't have to. It's great, you guys. And a lot of my friends have really racist grandparents. So it's a lot of awkward conversations that I don't have to have. I'm really excited about that. But I am biracial. I'm half black and half white. And when I was a little kid, y'all, I thought everybody was gonna love me. I was like, I got the best of both worlds. I'm half and half. Boy, was I wrong. Now they all just, the white people don't like you because you're black, the black people don't like you because you're white, and you're just stuck here, man. The first time I ever experienced that, I was in first grade. I was 6 years old. It's like, none of the white kids wanted to play with me, none of the black kids wanted to play with me, and I'm like, man, I just want to go chill in the jungle gym, guys. Just play with me, that's all I want. No, but being biracial in Idaho, it's very interesting because I feel like I've become this mediator, almost. Like, I have, like, my white friends who are like, oh, hey, I didn't quite understand, like, what your black friends said. They were just talking too fast. Or, can you, explain this cultural reference to me? And I'm like, that's great. Like, awesome, educating yourself. And then my black friends are like, was that some covert racist stuff? And then that's all they ask. That's all they need to know. They have no further questions. So it's a nice little game I like to play, and I usually, not play, but it's like I usually do have to tell my black friends, no, they're not being racist. They're just ignorant. They just don't know. You just gotta let them know. But there was always perks and downsides to being biracial. I always got picked first for school sports, which is kind of a messed up thing to do to a little kid, honestly, because it's like I thought I was good at everything, and I was not. It was a lesson I had to learn the hard way. Equal opportunity employment. Could walk into any hospital in the state, just say, I want to be a surgeon. Take one look at me and just be like, shit, damn, she's female and she's black? We can't say no to that, Chuck. Just screw it. Bring her on. We'll train her as she goes. We can do that, right? They don't do that. That's a good thing, no. Plus, I would never do that. I don't like people's lives in my hands that way. No, another thing is like, this is like a very common thing. People love to touch my hair, unsolicited. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's a good way to get chop blocked in the throat. I'm not gonna crush your esophagus, but I may, take you down a little bit. So just ask nicely. The answer is probably gonna be no, but it's still nice to ask. I know, but I will tell you all my favorite moment in living in Idaho, where it was like my friends and I all kind of played into our stereotypes. I was coming down from a mountain on a backpacking trail, and we were passing this couple coming up the trail, and they informed us that they saw a bear. Now, I look at who I'm with. I'm with a cute little Mormon couple, Katie and Brennan, with 2 N's. And this Asian dude. I'm like, well, shit, I know how this horror movie plays out. About 5 minutes later, we stopped for a water break, and at this point, I hear this loud branch just snap behind me. And that was my cue to take off running 3 miles down trail. I'm just like running, I'm going, all my bear facts are going through my head. I'm like, okay, they can run 35 miles an hour. The back legs are shorter than the front legs, so they can roll downhill because they can't do it. Oh shit, bitch, you need to zigzag. You're gonna get rolled over by a bear. Yeah. So I get to the bottom of the trailhead, and I'm just like, look at my friends. They're about 100 yards back. I'm all, damn. Being half black, I can still outrun you bitches. My friends, they catch up to me. They're like, holy shit, Reese, what were you running from? And I'm freaking out still. I'm all, was it the bear? Was it a brown bear or a black bear? How big was it? So they respond with, there was no bear, Reese. And then I sobered up. I'm all, hold up. If there wasn't a bear, why were y'all running? Caught him, y'all. I got all shy and timid and everything, started looking at their feet. Well, Reese, you always taught us if you ever see a black person running in the woods, you should probably start running with them. It's like, damn, all right. Got my friends trained, y'all. We're all surviving this tonight. All right, y'all, my name's been Reese Samuels. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Reese Samuels. Folks, give it up for Reese Samuels. LoungeBoise.com is where you vote. Just click on Comic of the Month, and you'll find all of the voting. Vote there. We just wanted to give a quick shout out to everyone. Thank you so much for liking and following Lounge Boise, the Lounge at the End of the Universe on Facebook, and at Lounge at the End of the Universe on Twitter. And the Blue City Artists, because it's a non-monetary way of really supporting local artists and artists from all over the country in this case and all over the world, but local in our community of craft, right? it really just helps get the word out. So if you could let your friends know what you think of the broadcasts. We really appreciate that. And we appreciate everyone who has shown their love and support. And share the stream. Let a friend in on the hilarity. I'm gonna step a little bit more out of the way of it for a bit longer here as we get rolling. We're gonna welcome somebody I personally haven't seen before, but I very much look forward to. Amin Lakhani.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming. Glad you're all here, comedians, audience members alike. I was thinking this week. I just have some questions that I'm working through. The first question is, what is the opposite of a fuckboy? like the female equivalent, right? Like, is it a talk girl? I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Like, if we're going to be mad at men for just wanting to fuck, should we not also be equally mad at women for just wanting to talk? Like, it's definitely not okay to use a woman for her body, right? I think we're all up to speed on that. But is it also not okay to use a man for his emotional support? I don't know. Why does that not feel so bad to us? Anyway, other questions. Is it impolite to call someone who is non-binary, who identifies as non-binary, a fuckboy? Like, do our insults need to be gender neutral? I'm just asking for a friend because I want to insult this friend's character while respecting their gender identity. Anyway, side note. I reached out to my ex recently because, it's like end times, right? So, like, what do you got to lose? And she texted me back and she said literally these words. She said, fuck off. I have no interest in reconnecting with you. And this only made me want her more, obviously. Because she sees me for who I really am. Like when you strip away the disability, the anger, the dark jokes, I'm really just another fuckboy. Honestly, it's my dream to be called a fuckboy because that would imply that I do a lot of fucking. I'm just kidding. I asked myself the other day, how many more women do you need to sleep with to finally feel whole? And I think because I'm asking myself that question now, that number is 9. Like 9 is enough, I guess. I guess that's my number. That's the number I finally needed to hit to feel like I'm not the person I was in high school anymore. Anyway, guys, that's my set. Thanks for watching. Now's the time where you would applaud and get off stage.
It's my mic. Oh, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Amin Lakhani one more time. And oh, good Lord, look out, it's Nate Ford!
Hello, I'm a world-famous doctor, Dr. Fjord, #1 expert on COVID-19. Also an expert on humor. And I want to introduce to you the very funniest, world-famous comic, Nate Ford.
Oh, hey everybody, it's world-famous comic Nate Ford, coming at you for this comic of the month. So I've decided to step up my game. I'm going to be telling a joke outside, a joke in the kitchen, a joke in the living room, and a joke in my bedroom. That's what I'm going to do. So here we are, outside. What reminds me of outside is I saw the documentary, The Tiger King. Crazy guy, right? But he's not that crazy. He's not that bad of a guy. People think he's a bad guy. He's not. Here's how I know why. One of his employees
got his arm bitten off by a tiger. Yes, his arm bitten off, tiger, gone. But then came to work after that whole thing. Tiger King ain't that bad of a guy if you know, you get your arm, bitten off by a tiger and come back to work. All right, now let's go to the kitchen, everybody. Yeah. I can do this. Yes, I can. Okay, here we are in the kitchen, everybody. All right. Being a broke comic, you could never be on the TV show Chopped or any of the Food Network shows, because what are you going to do with a broke comic kitchen, huh? Oh, what do we got today? Nate Ford has eggs and Pepto-Bismol. All right, let's find the blender. Let's make it happen. All right, that was the joke in the kitchen, everybody. Now let's go to the living room, everybody. Let's go to the living room. This is going to be so much fun. Living room right here. Yes. Living room. This is where I live. I am 40, and I live with my mom and stepdad. Yeah, ladies, what's up? The worst part, I guess, about being 40 and living with your mom and stepdad is that you really feel like you're like a kid again, you gotta find hiding spots to smoke your pot again, It's like, Mom, I'm 40, all right? I am 40. Just let me be an adult. All right, she didn't really like that one, but you know what I'm saying. All right, now let's go to the bedroom for the bedroom joke. We're going down the hallway, the spooky hallway. Come with me, and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Just kidding, that's the hallway. Here we go into the bedroom. This is where the magic happens. Right here in the bedroom of world famous comic Nate Ford. Actually, nothing really happens, alright? That's nothing really, I'm so lonely. I am lonely. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this comic of the month? Everything is so sad. I smell like bleach, because I've been cleaning everything. Get it together, Nate. Get it together. You have 30 seconds left. Let's make an impression. All right. The main thing is, I am tired of masturbating. I've masturbated so much, a white flag popped out. Oh, man. Well, this has been truly a pleasure talking to you guys and letting you to get to know me, world famous comic Nate Ford, with all the different rooms I have. See you later, America. See you later. Vote now.
Nate Ford, everybody, and that closes out the bracket. Please remember to go to loungeboise.com to vote favorite comedians. I've been told our tech team is so savvy, they actually figured out that sometimes when you go to the website and you click Comic of the Month, you got to refresh the page before it lets you vote. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you run into that, please refresh the page. Bear with us. It's a very fast-growing, these are growing pains. We've got web traffic. That's right. What? Web traffic? You want web traffic? Ladies and gentlemen, Marie Connolly.
Hi. I'll introduce myself. My name is Marie. I am an Australian comedian living in France. And I have got to say, I really like this online comedy because I'm used to turning up to a gig and I can see it's me and like 15 young male comics, and I just know that's when I'm about to hear 15 masturbation jokes, right? And that's too much to swallow. So I was in Paris doing my comedy on the 17th of March when the government said, okay, we're going into confinement, 2 weeks. I was like, cool, I'll wait 2 weeks. I waited 2 weeks and I realized this is going to go on a lot longer. So I thought, okay, Marie, you better get yourself down to the Alps. That's where I live year round. But I waited too long. There were no buses, there were no trains, there were no car share. There was one car share ride. And this guy, he was like, okay, Marie, I take you. I was like, thank you. We wore the mask, the gloves. I was in the back, he was in the front, 7 hours. And as we got closer and closer, I got more and more excited. 5 minutes before we arrive at my destination, he stops the car. I was like, what? The cheese shop. The cheese shop was open, and he was like, oh, Maria, I'm going to buy some cheese. I'm back in 5 minutes. I'm like, no, mate, you can't do that. You can't cut my rhythm like that. It's like when you make love with somebody, right? You both get in that car. You both take off. You both travel together, and you both arrive more or less at the same time. There is no cheese. And if you're with like an Italian guy, he's like, aspetta, amore, 5 minuti, guarda la pizza. Or if you're with an Australian guy, hang on a minute, love, just got to go and get some McDonald's. No, there is no McDonald's, no pizza, no cheese. You just get to your destination. Anyway, I arrived, happy to be back. My French friends are very interested in Australia. A lot of people say Australia is my dream. The beach, the space, the animals, and I like, stop. Are you talking about the ticks, the snakes, the leeches, the spiders, the mosquitoes, the jellyfish, the dingoes, the crocodiles, or the sharks? And you know what? I'm from Queensland. I'm from Brisbane. That's where the weatherman has the easiest job in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, today, beautiful. Tomorrow, beautiful. Next day, perfect, right? So for me, the most dangerous animal is the cockroach, because a French cockroach, what? Bonjour, I'm a little insect, I will not bother you. But an Australian cockroach from Queensland, g'day, I'm here to fuck up your day. So French people, any people, welcome to visit Australia. I like to do my tourism plug, but I'm very happy here. And I hope you are happy wherever you are, having a good day. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Marie Connolly. Thank you.
Marie Connolly coming at us all the way from France. She's in France now. You might have been able to tell she's from Australia. She actually performs in French and English, which blows my mind because I tried to learn French once and failed. I learned American Sign Language, which is based on French Sign Language, which is based on French. So, ladies and gentlemen, Victor Pellegrino.
Hi everybody, my name is Victor Pellegrino. How you guys doing tonight? I have a speech impediment and I am a gimpy, and if you look on the internet, you'll find that there's going to be a lot of people that are really into that. Is anybody from the internet? How's your quarantine doing? Mine's doing great. This is like, I think, I don't know, month 8 or 9. I don't know. Every day seems the same. I'm living with roommates, which is kind of like living with your parents, more or less. I've been like heavily drinking, you know, because that's what you do. In my bedroom, I have like tons of beer bottles and stuff, just kind of lying on the floor, you know, because I'm a slob. And I'm trying to like do better for myself, but like I have a lot of shame. And my roommates, like they stay up to like 4 in the morning, you know, just playing video games or watching Golden Girls, whatever they like to do. And I wait for them to go to sleep until like 4 in the morning. That way so I can slowly pick up bottles and throw them outside in 4 in the morning. That way so they don't see me throwing away the bottles, because it's a shameful act and I should be embarrassed of how much I am letting myself go. I decided to shave. I was like trying to like work out this quarantine beard. I had the whole like piggy chin, hair chin thing going on. It was great. I'm sure there's pictures of it on Facebook. It's really embarrassing. Hey, what's up? There's nobody there. Just a dog. My roommates are out of town. I could actually use this opportunity right now to like clean up the beer bottles, but figured I'd talk to you, my friend, my wonderful, wonderful friend, for this wonderful competition that I am participating in. Yes, sirree. So, what else? Yeah, this is my 7th month of quarantine. My quarantine started in October. I decided to get hit by a car after doing a benefit show at a Chinese restaurant. A stand-up comedy show, by the way, for Mayor Hopefor Courtney Nielsen, who, if you look her up, you will find nothing. I sacrificed myself for her. That's her legacy. So yeah, sacrificed myself for her and got hit by a car. Spent like about 3 months on my parents' couch instead of like that one over there. So got to live with my parents and, came back home in January, healed up in February, went back to work. And then quarantine hit again and the government is like, hey, I know you just got done with 3 months of isolation, but that is not enough. If you could just try like another one. Ultimately lost my job because of that. I am looking for a new job if anybody is hiring. I mean, like, I don't care what you want me to do. I'll sell drugs. I could be a mule. It's like I'm pretty unexpected. I'm no Clint Eastwood, but I could be a mule. I'll get on my little bicycle and I'll like shift heroin, like, I don't know, about a mile or two. I could go 5 miles. I could shift you heroin for about 5 miles. So I hope you consider that. Like, I have considered that quite frequently. But yeah, I've been applying for like jobs. I like to hear the whole like, well, I understand that you've been working at like 10 years at one particular spot and you didn't have any other job, but because you've been working at 10 years at one particular spot, I have to assume that you can't do anything else. So anything that is not involving that particular spot, you don't have enough experience in. So I'm going to give it to this 18-year-old kid that did the cashier job at least once. So maybe you should get some cashier experience before you come back here. But oh wait, everybody wants cashier experience before you become a cashier. Well, you know what? I guess that's my time. I was told 5 minutes. Haley, do I do 5 minutes? Oh wait, she's not here. Okay. Well, goodbye.
And that's Victor Pellegrino, everybody. Make sure you're tipping your bartender. Say hi to your mom and tip her for, your... I imagine during quarantine and lockdown, and a lot of us have had to move home. So I hope at least you're allowed access to the liquor cabinet while you're staying with your parents. If that cut too close to home, remember the bouncy castle. I don't know. I don't know if we ever got to the bouncy castle or if that was all chewed up by the audio. Anyway, oh yeah, we covered that, right? Don't forget to vote at loungeboise.com, and please, while you're there, check out loungeboise.com/tickets to give us some support. 50% goes to the artist, 50% goes to the tech crew, and we're going to move it right along to Helen Wildy.
Oh, hello. I'm Helen Wildy from Seattle, Washington. I work as a temp during the day, and being a temp is the best. I highly recommend it. It is so wonderful because being a temp means never having to say, I work here. It means never having to say, I care about this company. Oh, it is the best. My mom's a little upset that I'm only a temp at my age. But being a temp's a lot like speed dating. You meet a lot of people really quickly, none of whom you'd ever want to commit to. It's not for me. I've had a lot of great experiences as a temp though. Probably the one I'm most thankful for is getting to experience what it's like to be the fun uncle. Because as a temp, everyone's just so happy that you showed up sober, and they're never gonna trust you to make a speech. It's kind of a dream situation. I moved to Seattle from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I grew up, but I'm an immigrant originally. I'm from Belfast in Ireland or Northern Ireland, depending on your persuasion. I don't know if you guys know anything about Northern Ireland. I find Americans don't. In Pittsburgh, when I would tell people I was from Northern Ireland, they just thought I was weirdly specific. They were like, cool. I'm from Pittsburgh, Western Pennsylvania. Appreciate your candor. But it's a whole thing. It's beautiful. It's not your fault though. I grew up here. I know the way they teach geography here, and it's not on you if you don't know. Don't feel badly, because the way they teach geography here is a map of the USA so isolated from the rest of the world that Canada and Mexico have been removed and Alaska's down by Hawaii. It's not your fault. I'm currently trying to get my citizenship. American citizen, very exciting. It's stressful though, because it's one test I have to take that's going to determine my entire future. I don't know if it's clear, but being a great test taker isn't usually the road to stand-up comedy. So that's really scary. I've been out of school for a long time, in my 30s. Honestly, I haven't taken a test that wasn't on BuzzFeed in about a decade. So it's like, well, I don't know much about the Constitution, but I can tell you which Taylor Swift song best describes my personality. It's all too well, unfortunately. I moved to Seattle with my partner, Victoria, last year. It was great. We moved from Pittsburgh together. We had a lot of changes happen all at once. We moved in together across the country. We were drunk in love, you know? We were like, we don't need things. We have each other. It's not either or. That's been my big takeaway from this move. We were like, let's just pack up our pickup truck, lesbians, and drive across the country with whatever we have. That's it. That's all we'll do. We did that. We figured out that 9 Rubbermaid totes would fit into the back of our Dodge Ram. It's white, if you're picturing it. The Rubbermaid totes were blue. And that's all we took. We were crazy. We downsized our apartments, and by the end, we were nuts. We were like, can opener? Bye-bye. You need can openers, though. We're all living that pantry life. We need them now more than ever. We're learning a lot about each other in quarantine. A lot of couples are having trouble. We're getting along fine. We're just getting to know each other better. My partner is an artist. I knew that. I did know that. But the other day she was like, babe, no big deal, but you put my art scissors where the regular scissors go. I was like, hold on. Do we have 2 pairs of scissors and no can openers? What are we doing? That is guaranteed to be the least sexy lesbian scissor joke you'll ever hear. Tough. I'm Helen Wiley. That's my time.
Thank you once again so much, Helen Wildy. I gotta say, I am a great test taker. Still no basis for citizenship, but I'm not sure. Without practicing, do you think I could pass the citizenship test? Can we get our hands on one? Can I do that? Because I am a fantastic test taker. That's the only reason I was ever good at school. I will analyze your test and hand it back to you and tell you where your questions were misleading or whatever. I don't know. I fucking nail tests, and I doubt I could pass a citizenship test. What do you guys think? Do you think? Yes. All right. We've got the go-ahead. Stick around. More to come from that. Ladies and gentlemen, moving right along to AJ DeMello.
I'm feeling good too. I'm on medication. I got a bad back, like a really bad back. Smoke weed, but I still get mad at things like players kneeling for the national anthem. Not because of the protest, because how long they can kneel without having muscle spasms. You know? Like, they kneel, but it's for an entire song. If I kneel to tie a shoelace, I'm texting goodbyes to my family. Sayonara. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I've been through a lot. I've seen some things. I mean, look at me. I'm 24 years old. I'm putting myself out there more lately, though. I went on a blind date, but it's kind of hard to go on a date when you look like the type of guy that buys breast milk on Craigslist. Especially when you show up and it's the girl you bought breast milk from on Craigslist. Clutching her purse and shit. A lot of people out there have been hearing use that phrase that having a dog is like having a child. having a dog is like having a child. Here's why I think it's not. I have a blind dog. If I had a blind child, I wouldn't just let her walk into the wall and awkwardly laugh with my friends. Stupid bitch. I'm not going to do that. Some differences between your dog and your child. Like, if you see your dog kill an animal, it's like, well, then that animal shouldn't have been there, you know? If you see your kid kill an animal, it's like, should have got a dog. It's a mistake. I actually do have a blind dog. She went blind a couple of years ago. I had an old buddy over that hadn't seen her since before. So as soon as he saw her crash into the wall, he was like, hey man, is she blind? And I was like, no. She's just a big fan of the Kool-Aid Man, you know? He didn't believe me. He's like, hey dog, are you blind? And she's like, oh yeah. You'd probably tell him pretty huge stoner for that joke. Big stoner, huge stoner, especially over the holidays. Like, I got so high on Thanksgiving that at one point I rubbed the gravy dish like a lamp and wished for a better family. Sometimes you get too stoned for your own good. I remember one night I'd been drinking, smoked a joint with a buddy, ended up at a Denny's where I was too stoned. Like, at one point I asked the waitress, hey, when's the chef gonna cook the shrimp on the flat grill in front of us? And she's like, this isn't that kind of restaurant. And I was like, I thought this was Denny Hanna's. It was not Denny Hanna's. It was Jamba Juice. Embarrassing.
Folks and friends, AJ DeMello. Actually, we wanted to extend a special thanks to AJ DeMello as well for submitting last minute without notice, filling in for somebody who unfortunately could not be with us. We're getting into our last bracket of the evening. Keep in mind, voting at loungeboise.com closes at noon tomorrow. Leading up to that, starting at 9 a.m., we're going to be re-streaming this live stream. If you didn't catch everything, you don't know out of those two who to vote for, try to pick your favorite, your funniest. Just go with it, ladies and gentlemen. Please, I keep on, I fumble onto that, and I already did the folks and friends. Get it out of my vernacular. Oh my goodness, Brian Green.
Hi guys. Oh, let's see, this is different. So, where do we start? The fact that 2020 is fucking insane, maybe? Like, we started the year with an entire continent on fire, and then the next month we got locust swarms in Africa killing crops in 3 countries. Let's see, Kobe died. Apparently we almost started World War III, but I didn't experience any of that until quarantine started with my parents and my younger brother. But let's see, what else happened? You know, we've got the pandemic. Oh, that's right. Kim Jong-un faked his own death, and then his sister became an anime star because she would have taken power and weebs turned her into a cartoon. So, yeah. But that's kind of a badass move on his part. Like, fake your own death to see who's gonna take power and find out who's fucking you over in your circle. Pretty badass if you ask me. I don't know. Let's see what else. The CIA confirmed UFOs exist, and it's not even top news. Like, nobody's talking about this. They've confirmed the existence of UFOs. And nobody cares. Do you know how much has to happen for nobody to care about aliens? 6 months ago, we were trying to raid Area 51. We got what we wanted. But do you guys even remember what it was like pre-quarantine? Well, I don't know. You guys might, because I don't know what it's like out in Boise. Are you guys still quarantined? We are in LA. Like, it's a full lockdown. We're barely opening beaches. But yeah, I can't imagine what it would be like to date during a quarantine. Like, I got lucky. I got my girlfriend locked down around Valentine's Day. I mean, could you imagine? You'd have to have like an actual personality to date someone. Because, you know, you're separated. You can't touch each other, so what are you gonna do? Fucking talk? You're boring as shit. Bye, Felicia. Oh, let's see. No, it's been going well with my girlfriend, though. It's cute. We met on a dating app, and she thought I looked familiar. So she says, where do I know you from? She's not from New York. I don't know why I gave her a New York accent, but that's how she's gonna stay in this story. So she says, where do I know you from? I says, I don't know. She says, let's figure it out. Where did you go to school? I said, I went here. I worked here. She said, how about middle school? I went here. Holy shit. Turns out we went to middle school together. We were band geeks together. She recognized me and remembered me going through puberty and still ended up putting out. I think I gotta keep her. Oh no, but it's nice, you know, this quarantine, this whole pandemic thing is nice because it's cutting back on traffic. The only lines I'm seeing anymore are at the weed shop, at the Chick-fil-A, and at Starbucks, you know? But I just wish this would be a more efficient pandemic. If you're gonna take out a bunch of people, do it quick! I don't know. It's also given me a lot of time for hobbies, to find out how many things I'm really bad at. Let's see, puzzles, painting, baking, music, wood carving. I can't do any of it. Anyways, that's my time. Thank you and good night.
Yay, Chick-fil-A. Hi. I have returned from the fourth dimension, which is what we call the bathroom here at the lounge at the end of the universe. Boom! Ah! Hitchhiker's pun. What? You got nothing. You got nothing. I'm going to get the bullet points next time. I'm ready for some Sundberg. Bring on Chris Sundberg.
Just go. I had a whole thing planned. You just want me to go. All right. I'll tell a joke then. I got jokes. All right. No. All right.
Special apologies to Chris Sundberg. Our earlier audio issue unfortunately impaired his entry. Fortunately, home field advantage does pay off in one way or another in that we can remedy this error currently. I'm going to take a little time. Are we doing the same set, Chris? Sure. Okay, well, if we're going to go for it, I'm sorry to throw you under like this. You ready to go? Did you want to go? I'm ready. Chris, the Sundberg is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I could not wish for a more consummate professional to work with. Folks and yolks. I like that one, yolks. Because at one point, something about embryos. Cloaca. Oh, yes. Oh, this was a closed set. Thank you. I forgot. Haha. CDC, check me out. Look at this. Yeah. Oh. All kinds of clean. Keeping it clean, but not like PG-13. Cause we go R-rated. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to not look like I'm stroking myself on a mic stand right now. I don't know who is gonna. Oh, here we go. All right, we're faded in. I shall clear myself off. Where do you want to just hand, Mike? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to do this like a proper comedy show. Thank you. Folks and yokes, all of you, Christopher Michael Sundberg.
You're supposed to turn the camera down after. Right. Not yet. Right. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Not yet. Not yet. I'm supposed to look surprised. I got you. Like I was, remember? Yeah, all right. Screwdriver on the, yeah, all right. The scene is starting. Screwdriver on the I'm disassembling a sewing machine. Ooh, I'm totally into disassembling the sewing machine. Oh, look at me! I'm disassembling a sewing machine! I'm totally into it. I totally forgot that there was a fucking stream. I don't know that I'm on. Turn it down now. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I hear you without the mic. I know. Oh shit. Oh shit, I didn't see you there. Oh my, I'm caught with my pants down. Oh dear. Oh look, I had something planned. There's something in the way here. I had something planned involving the disassembled sewing machine. But now that is ruined. I guess I should tell a joke. Yes? You don't want me to go now? Dude who, doesn't get it? Go on. You want me to do the thing, tell a joke? Haley, should I tell a joke? Alright, a joke. Sure. Ooh.
Do it if you would like. If it would please you, it would please me to have a joke told.
There's no denying that. You should tell a joke at home, too, just to honor that. When I was very young, I had a fear. I had many fears, but one stood so tall above others as to make them not matter, except as they related to it. When I was very young, I had a dream. I had a nightmare. At any moment, if asked, I could not tell you one detail from the last dream that I had. Whether the dream was good, whether the dream was bad, or whether I had just woken up. I remember one nightmare. When I was 6, I dreamt that I went to heaven. Every day in heaven began with a light more warm than the womb, more brilliant than the mid-morning sun of a spring in childhood with no pain or fear. I would look out my entryway window over the flowers into the tumbling sky, and my friends were there, and my family was there, and the clouds rushed endlessly past the face of God, towards the dusk, towards the night, and a dreamless sleep, deeper and more restful than the grave. And every day in heaven began with a light warmer than the womb,
more brilliant than the mid-morning sun of a spring in childhood with no pain or fear. I would look out of my entryway window over the flowers into the tumbling sky, and my friends were there, and my family was there, and the clouds rushed endlessly past the face of God towards the dusk, towards the night, and a dreamless sleep deeper and more restful than the grave. And every day in heaven began with a light warmer than the womb, more brilliant than the mid-morning sun of a spring in childhood with no pain, no fear. I would look out my entryway window over the flowers. Page missing. Into a tumbling sky, and my friends were there, and my family was there, and the clouds rushed endlessly past the face of God towards the dusk, towards the night, and a dreamless sleep deeper and more restful than the grave. And every day in heaven came and came and came with no substantive variation. It was not long before I lost count of the days. It wasn't much longer before the beats of one day bled through from yesterday into tomorrow. Eventually I bled as well, and I dissolved in the turn of the page. I woke up like an orphan digging out from under a freshly fallen sky, frost in my bones, sobs muted as by the snow, only to cling to the surface of the world for fear of falling into the dark. At 6 years old, the one fear I had, to which all other fears stood subordinate, was the prospect that when life ends, nothing happens. Nothing but oblivion awaits me at the end of my days, and what this dream had taught me was life eternal after death is no different than emptiness. There was no escaping my sincerest terror. One day I will be over. One day I will stop and never start again, oblivion or eternity. This is not my joke book.
Dang it, Christopher. I told you to tell us a joke.
I'm sorry. I brought the
No
wrong book.
sorries. Just do better next time.
All right. You know what? I'll just take me off the air.
I'm just disappointed.
You're not mad.
I'm not mad.
You're just disappointed.
Do I remind you of your father?
You know, not at first, but then you say it that way.
Well, Christopher, it's been a pleasure having you here at the lounge.
Thank you, Father. Take me
Well,
off
this
the
is
air.
awkward. Ian, can you take it from us?
I'm going to clean up behind you now.
Chris Sundberg, ladies and gentlemen. Folks and yokes. That's the jokes. You may have heard our own tech crew and so forth. Haley Lenhart Weiss on the other mic from the fourth dimension, which is again the bathroom at the lounge at the end of the universe. Same pun. Same. That's not how puns work. All right. Thank you so much for sticking around. I got just a few notes before you go. Make sure to check out loungeboise.com. Click on Comic of the Month to vote for your favorite to advance through the bracket. On to tomorrow. We're going to be streaming live again at 9 p.m. We're restreaming this 9 a.m. tomorrow, so you have a chance to catch anything you might have missed to make sure your vote is just exactly who you wanted to vote for, because democracy, voting, I think. Anyway, LoungeBoise.com for that. LoungeBoise.com/tickets. If you would please consider supporting us. Those of you that have, thank you so much. Refresh the page if you're...
Can I talk for a second?
Go for it.
Hello, it's Ghost
Almighty
Haley.
God Mike.
Everyone's asking me why I can't vote for people on the lounge side. It's because there's hiccups, you know. When you have to pivot a whole establishment, there's hiccups. But if you just go to theloungeboise.com, you can find Comic of the Month. Click on that. And then refresh that link. And then there is all the voting power. No! No, you do not have to buy a ticket to vote. But buying a ticket does help us broke-ass bitches make it another day.
Do you know, I figured out how refreshing the page actually fixes so much stuff that you wouldn't think that refreshing the page might fix. It's because the refresh button is linked to an infinite improbability drive. Boom! Another Hitchhiker's reference. What? Unstoppable! Don't forget to bring a towel. That was almost a Hitchhiker's reference. Brought in South Park. Simpsons did it. I'm in the weeds. Where's Casey Rocket? I'm lost in a riff and I can't find my way home. Casey Rocket, I need your guidance! Oh my goodness. Please, loungeboise.com/tickets. If you would, please consider supporting us. Again, 50% of those sales goes to the artists. 50% of those sales go to our wonderful tech crew, without whom we could not have done this today of all days especially. LoungeBoise.com, 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 Twitch.tv/LoungeBoise. Please, especially if you have Amazon Prime and you're not already using your Twitch Prime subscription, please throw us your Twitch Prime subscription. It costs you absolutely nothing. You've already given that money to Jeff Bezos. Now take it away from him! Take it away from Bezos and give it to the lounge at the end of the universe right here in Boise. Artists supporting artists. We could definitely use that. Patreon.com/BagelTiger. Become a patron. For just like $5 or whatever you want to donate regularly on Patreon, you get access to the lounge at the end of the universe, their full library of videos, normally password protected. You get extra access. More coming to that in the future as well. Subscribe to the lounge at the end of the universe on Facebook to be notified every time we go live. Check out the Blue City Artists at Facebook as well to know what else is going on in comedy and creativity in the scene, as well as Comic of the Month events. Blue City Artists, I believe, as well on Instagram. Lounge at the End of the Universe at Lounge at the End of the Universe on Instagram as well. Follow us everywhere. You guys do all of the things, or do whatever of the things you actually look at once in a while to just, you know how to know when things are happening by now, right? You found the stream, you did it, you're a grown up, and I believe in you. Tell your friends, please. Tell your friends, hold your family hostage, and make them support the arts during a pandemic. Teach them how to Facebook. Teach your all of them, your extended family. Find relatives you didn't know you had. 23andMe your way into somebody's home and hold them hostage until they give us money. I'm sorry. Okay, the views and opinions of Ian Owens may not be... I may have gone a bridge too far. I'm sorry. That's it for me. I'm out. Was there anything else, God Mike Haley?
Haley is no longer here. There is only Gabriel.
Gabriel. Haley has left the building. All hail the Gabriel cloud. Snuck in a Night Vale reference. For what?
Gabriel would like to give a shout out to the mighty Ian Owens for hosting tonight's show.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
All hail the cloud.
All hail the iCloud. Sorry, Night Vale. You almost got it.
As
right,
master...
Go ahead. I'm out whenever you're out. I'm just...
As master of the stream, I declare this stream